GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202.
Watch it.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, UK, Abrochimemu, era from Ghana Muha at the sound system, which is spinning machine papa, a free a man on nearby begu among Ghana Muha. It is a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry, more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the moon at the dia any American food GTR sounds at the MAO. Your live band in so our tones at the frame ye beat me ababeboa ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Ya wa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi an se wo befre empanifo e wo 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. I am your host, Ruth Esenam Fiagbedu, and I will be serving you breakfast this morning. And as part of breakfast, we are bringing you all the relevant stories making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with all the trending matters of topical issues that are of interest to you this morning right here on the show. Joining me in the studios is Miss W. Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. They'll be sharing their thoughts on some of the issues that rise up. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you, Miss Debbie?
The grace is sufficient.
Hope your sleep was good.
Yes.
Why?
I thought you were trying to tell me that there's something on my nose.
My nose is itching me. Miss Regina?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine by grace.
We thank God. Hope your sleep was good.
It was yours.
It was short, but we will manage like that. Are you experiencing shorter days, shorter nights, or long nights, short day?
I think for now it's equal.
No, it's like the day keeps long. Yes. So I be here, you are praying. Oh, 12 and more that. Anyways, right, let's dive into our major news items for this morning. Government to decentralize teacher recruitment and postings. Education Minister. The government says it plans to change how teachers are recruited and posted across Ghana instead of everything being handled from Accra by the Ghana Education Service. The process will be decentralized and handed over to metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. Education Minister Haruna Iddrisu announced this during a ceremony at St. John's Bosco's College of Education in Navrongo. He explained that the President, John Dramani Mahama, has directed a review of the current system to allow local authorities to take the lead. According to the minister, this move will help districts respond faster to teacher shortages, especially in rural and undeserved areas. Currently, many districts have to wait for decisions from the central office, leading to delays while schools reopen understaffed and trained teachers wait at home for postings. Under the proposed system, district assemblies will be able to recruit, post, transfer, and even discipline teachers within their areas. The government believes this will improve accountability and ensure teachers are deployed where they are most needed. The plan follows calls from education stakeholders and civil society groups who say poor teacher distribution has worsened inequality in education. The minister noted that no final policy has been approved yet and further consultations are ongoing. So this is coming from the Ministry of Education, and it says the government's plan to decentralize teacher recruitment and posting. That means that this time around they are not going to wait for the central government or for the Ministry of Education to post the teachers. This time around they are going to bring it to the district, municipal and metropolitan and assembly levels. When this happens like that, these set of people in these municipals and offices and assemblies will know where the teachers are needed, which schools need the teachers more, and they'll be able to discipline the teachers. This is why they are going to decentralize teacher posting. Ms. Gina, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I would say it's a very good idea, because why should when it comes to teacher recruitment, why should this be given to the higher authorities while the people in the constituencies or the people in the district levels or MMDCs know, like, they know their problem. So faster response to shortages. When they are given the mandates, they know when to recruit teachers. They know that at the end of the day, class 6 doesn't have this teacher, class 1 doesn't have this teacher, primary JHS 1 doesn't have this teacher. So they go ahead and recruit the right personnel, and also reduce posting delays. Sometimes, most of the time, some of these teachers are home, they are just waiting for the bigger authorities to even send them their posting letters before they can start working. I think we had a similar situation where President John Dramani Mahama appointed one MMDC. I don't know if I'm correct, and the people in the constituency were like, they don't want him, they are not interested, and we all came to the conclusion then that at least the president should give them the mandate to vote or to elect or to nominate who they want, to make it easier. So I think faster response to shortages and reduce posting delays, and also it brings stronger accountability, because one alcofa teacher, so at the end of the day you can be accountable to the government on whatsoever system that is going on, whatsoever education process, everything that is going on. If a teacher is being recruited by the higher authorities and that teacher is not coming to school, it's not doing what he or she is supposed to do right, it's not making sure that responsibility and discipline, or at the end of the day these kids are being taught well, they can't hold the people there accountable. They would rather go to the higher authorities and hold them accountable, because at the end of the day, but if you are being given the mandate take it. We've given you the veto power to make sure that you oversee everything and make sure that everything is being run smoothly. At the end of the day, if there's a loophole or if there's any issues surrounding that thing, you will be held accountable. Oh, come to us, explain to us what is going on. So that is also one point. And one thing I've also realized is our supervision when it comes to these things. Some people, I would say in the district level or in the lower levels, do not even have the right should I say capacity or the capabilities to oversee these things. First off, the government needs to make sure that these people are I will not say well trained, but they are effective, they are competent, and also they need to make sure that everything or all operations done there are supervised. First off, supervision is really important because Akoya says supervision so stricter supervision and monitoring.
I think this particular thing has been long overdue because I wonder why in our district schools and our constituency we have to wait for Ministry of Education to post the teachers right there. Are they aware of the problems in those schools? Are they aware if maybe the schools are understaffed or something? I think this particular thing has been long overdue and it hasn't been passed into a policy yet. They are now going to consultation. Ms. Debbie.
Yeah, so just as we are all saying, it is a good one because I mean the assemblies they know their people very well. They know communities who lacks these teachers, I mean professional teachers to teach these students, and so giving them the go ahead to do that is going to help. It will help them deploy teachers to communities who need these teachers the most, and it wouldn't be the normal way. Sometimes you go to schools, like, see, every teacher wants a school with a conducive environment. Okay, they are also humans, and that is why when they post teachers, they don't want to go. I don't want to divert, but I don't know whether you saw this recent interview with the Minister of Health where he said, I think was it 52 or 25 doctors has been posted to the OT region, only two reported.
Look at that.
So that is the health sector. It cuts across all the government sectors.
Yes.
They don't want to go to places that are underdeveloped. But when you give this opportunity to these local assemblies, you are from the place, okay? You've grown up from there. Why don't you? Why are you refusing to impart the same knowledge to people? I have colleagues who went to teacher training. They are now teaching in the schools. Most of the government schools at my place, they are teaching there. Okay, some people may not teach there. Some to go other places. But it is very good when you give them the opportunity. When this happens, we are not going to experience the video we saw the other time where a lady said she's from the Ashanti region and she has been posted to the Northern region. She cannot even speak the dialect of this student, and so this student find it so difficult to even understand what she's teaching. And she was teaching mathematics. How are you going to explain mathematics in their local dialect? No, she's speaking Fanti. They are speaking the Northern dialect, and the children are not conversant with the English language. So when this particular position is being given to the assembly, they know the people there. When they are given this chance, imagine you are from that area. I'm from the Volta region, but I how will I even say it? I'm from the Volta region, but I grew in the OT region. So in a way, OT is made up of diverse languages. We have the Fantis, the Ewe, the Akans, the Gans, and all that. It's not a place where it's meant for maybe Ewe speak Ewe. No. So they have a lot of like diverse languages there. So at least Baku be their mete. So if I should find myself working at my mom's place, then I find someone difficult, I mean, in understanding what I'm saying, at least I can break it down because I've been there. I grew up there, so I can at least hear what they are trying to say. So it's going to help. And when it's happening like that, I think it's going to decrease unemployment too, because it's not going to be in a way where they post people based on, I mean, they just post people because they don't even do any background research to find out that maybe this community is lacking people, and then we end up posting people to a particular place. But I feel like when it's being given to these assemblymen and the local authorities, at least those communities that we have people who have completed school and are in the house and they are not doing anything, they also get something to do because they'll be employed. When it's national, there is no way the government can employ a lot of people from a particular community. It will be sope, like small. But when it's given to a local authority, they ensure that everyone who is has completed the university in the teacher training in this community must get something to do. Those villages that do not have schools, you're posting will call by force, you have to go and teach. And you have no option. Can you stay in the house without working? No. Teaching. So you will have to go. Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah. And I think location-wise too is going to help.
It's going to help.
An example is where you said that some teachers or some people are in Accra and they've been posted to OT. That is the responsibility of let me say the education sector, and it is very worrying. Yeah. But I feel like if power is being handed over to the municipal and the assemblies to also do the posting, with a protocol, with
the protocol. There is no doubt about it.
There's some kululu somewhere.
And
because
do you even know that they've given authority to members of parliament in their constituencies to give scholarship to brilliant but needy students? Ask me. They give scholarship to people whose parents are, well to do in society.
And I think President John Jomama has called that they should probe into that.
Exactly. And sometimes you get there with someone who is very brilliant and they tell you that I am saying, who did you give it to? They give it to their relatives. They give it to people who are closer to them, and that is not supposed to be so. So giving this to the locals has to come with a lot of responsibility as well,
and supervision,
strict monitoring and supervision to ensure that the right thing is being done. But it would be nice if they post people from there, because I remember when I went home, I met a guy from Accra here, and he's from Pentecost University. But he's from the Ashanti region. They post him all the way to my place as a physician assistant. So when I saw the person, I was like, why are you a native of this place? He said no, but I was posted here. And I was like, really? He said yes. I was like, how do you call? He said, I'm managing.
It's very worrying.
It's worrying.
The person will be paying rent.
Yes, you pay rent.
You pay transportation simply because I don't live close and government has posted me here and I have to be here. So assuming there are hospitals in that municipality, the locals there that are responsible for posting the people, they don't know that, we are lacking maybe here dentists or something. So let's post the people here.
Yes.
Whoever are posting the OT,
but you get it.
Oh, come on.
But at least he is quite fortunate because with the hospital at my place, they have bungalow for these nurses. But even with that, you are going to pay for utility bills. You are going to pay for all that. Yes.
How much is the money? How much is the
That's kind of cry. It doesn't even come often.
And this same issue is happening in the NSS as well.
Yes, it's happening.
Happening in NSS as well.
And don't forget that with these NSS nurses, you don't get paid after the month. It is only those with degree that they pay them after a month. But those with diploma, they will come and pay you.
Well, I'm just hoping that they finish with their consultation early and then, invest the power into the locals.
Yeah.
Do this
very necessary
and recruitment, because it's been long overdue and it's very disturbing. Let's move on. Invest in agricultural value chain to sustain low inflation. Economist Professor Peter Kati is urging the government to invest more in Ghana's agricultural value chain to help maintain the country's falling inflation rate. He says the recent drop in inflation is good news, but sustaining it will depend on how well Ghana strengthens local food production and supply systems. According to the latest Consumer Price Index figures, inflation fell to 3.8% in January 2026. This is the 13th consecutive decline and the lowest level recorded since prices were rebased in 2021. Professor Korte explained that without long-term structural reforms, especially in agriculture, inflation could rise again. He believes investment in irrigation, storage facilities, and better distribution systems will help reduce food shortages, cut post-harvest losses, and keep food prices stable. He also raised concerns about regional differences in inflation, While the national average is low, the northeast region recorded an inflation rate of 11.2% compared to 2.6% in the Savannah region. He described this as worrying, especially since some of the regions with higher inflations are major food producing areas. According to him, government policies must target these region gaps to ensure balance and sustainable price stability across the country. Ms. Debbie, this is coming from a professor and an economist, that we should invest more in agricultural value change to sustain low inflation. But is the agriculture sector suffering? Would you say agriculture sector is suffering?
The agriculture sector, in a way, I would say yes. It's suffering in the sense that now some of the foodstuffs are in excess and they don't get buyers to purchase it. So that is when Bofa can say, a glass of rice, glass of the. So you see, I've seen videos where I think farmers who are into maize, they were complaining that they are not getting buyers to come and purchase their stuffs. And so I said, akaho and a omoboka. So if they should continue, then they are not sure they are going to engage in farming again, because you cannot invest so much into farming maize, because you pay laborers, you hire laborers to help you harvest it, and after you are done, you process it. You don't just sell it with the corn husks. No, you do all that, and then you make it you preserve it and brand it for your buyer, for your customer. But when you do all this and it's not being purchased, then it means you are running at loss as a farmer. And you see, agriculture is one of the things that we really focus on, because I would say it's a life giver. We feed, we eat every day.
It's
so
actually the backbone of the country.
It's the backbone of the country. I remember before this current administration came on board, that was one of their it's part of their priority as well. And even when they came on board, they tried every possible means to talk with these farmers, engage them, and figure out their challenges and help them out. And then some time ago, we heard that yes, there were excesses of even chicken, eggs. There were excesses of rice, maize, and all that. So you see, inflation has dropped, but how well are we going to sustain it? And it all depends on some key things we are supposed to focus on. When we focus on that, then we know that, well, with the inflation dropping, it can go a long way. But when we don't pay attention to key sectors that helps in sustaining it, then it means that asembeba, and one has to do with agriculture sector, because most of the foods we feed on, we export them.
Yes.
Although we import, but we still export them outside the country. So I feel like the government should do something about it. I think some time ago I had instances where government said you will be purchasing directly from these buyers. When he purchased directly from these buyers with a very good price, then they will now export it to other countries with a targeted price. At the end of the day, the country is going to gain from it. But I don't know how well that negotiation has ended, because if the farmers are still complaining, then it means that when they went to the table to Georgia and Masters, I don't know how well it ended. Okay, because if it ended well, I'm not sure we should be complaining. We should be even happy, because if you're having excesses of good, then it means you're going to make more income, and there's not going to be shortages of food. We are not going to experience those days. Is it 1990 something? A com nearby some time ago.
Is it Operation Feed Yourself?
No, Operation Feed Yourself. 1982 a com nearby.
Yes.
So I feel like we should be even happy that we are getting more food in the system. What we need to do is that I think the government should have a warehouse, mainly for the state, a very big warehouse where they can purchase all this maize, all this rice, and all this produce from the farmers, and then export it. Do you remember some time ago the president said to reduce all this excess in produce and all that?
Yeah.
They are going to push it to the senior high school where they will be feeding on a local. But I'm not going to mean boy.
Yeah, yesterday I listened to an interview between Omar and the Buffer Stock CEO, and he said it's going on effectively. All the schools are
being fed with our local,
with our local rice.
It's good, but that is not going to end it. Even though they are being fed, the farmers are still complaining.
So what more do you think the government can do?
And so the best thing the government can do is get a warehouse, purchase as much as you can from these farmers and export them. That is the best thing we can do. And then when you see, the main reason is that the main reason why their produce is not selling fast is because of the, should I say, the lower traders. Because when they go to purchase this thing from our own people, when they go to purchase this produce from the farmers, they tend to sell it at a higher price, and so it doesn't run so fast as the way it's supposed to go. Imagine you went to purchase, because see, when you're buying from a farmer, it's less expensive than when you're buying from a trader at the marketplace. So when you are a trader buying from the farmer, you sell it at a very lower price, it will run so fast. Then, like, when it's running so smoothly, the farmer tend to gain more. They're also gaining, and the consumers are also enjoying. But say, if you're not making it easy, we will all suffer. Yeah, bread.
Yeah, some more message, Gina.
Okay, so I would say when it comes to our economy, one thing that really drives our economy is agriculture. We have other businesses, but when it comes to agriculture, it is our main focus, and we would all agree to the fact that agriculture is the backbone of the economy. So when food prices are stable, automatically our inflation will also lay low. But once our food prices skyrocket, automatically our inflation will also rise. It would rise, Pam. And just yesterday, a blogger posted this. A group of farmers have discovered an abandoned warehouse facility near Anya Boni in the upper in the upper Manyakrobo district of the eastern region. And they are calling on the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and district officials to come and make sure that this facility is operationalized again. Why should we have storage facilities? When it comes to farmers, one thing farmers always, aside they complaining that people are not really purchasing their foodstuffs. One thing they really complain about is storage houses, that they don't have any. And so I say, at the end of the day, it's exposed to sun, it's exposed to germs, it's exposed to the weather. And so at the end of the day, now I say, me know when him say, let's say tomatoes, for instance, it shouldn't be outside, especially because of the temperature. It shouldn't be outside. But Ghana, so one thing the government needs to first off invest in is storage houses, storage facilities. And I'll also applaud the Deputy Minister for Agriculture, John Dumelo. He's one person who really supports farmers, peasant farmers, and people in, because I saw a post of him where someone was like, oh, I just finished cultivating my fishes. I don't know if they cultivate fish.
Catfish.
Catfish. And he was like, oh, send me a DM, I'll buy it.
Yeah, he said nobody's buying it.
Nobody's buying it.
So John Domelo offered to buy everything.
So you see, it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, when these farmers cultivate all their crops, no help comes. And it will be there next cycle. So agriculture, we can't do away with agriculture, because day in and day out we eat. Every day we eat. Every day we eat. So they need to make sure that they focus on agriculture more. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. They need to make sure that they focus on agriculture more. They should invest more in our storage facility, irrigation, and then all of that. This will help go a long way to sustain our inflation. Well, on the issue of inflation, Ghana's inflation slows to 3.8%, lowest in nearly 27 years. So in 27 years, Ghana has not seen an inflation as low as this, 3.8%. Ghana's inflation rate has dropped to 3.8% in January 2026, marking the lowest level recorded almost 27 years. This shows that the cost of goods and services is rising much more slower than before. This shows that the cost of goods and services is rising much slower than before. For comparison, the last time Ghana recorded similar low inflation was in 1999. The January figure also marks the 13th straight monthly decline since the rebasing of the Consumer Price Index in 2021, pointing to a steady easing of price pressures. Inflation fell sharply from 5.4% in December 2025 to 3.8% in January. On a year-on-year basis, inflation dropped from 23.5% in January last year to the current level, reflecting a major turnaround after 2 years of high prices. Food inflation slowed to 3.9%, while non-food inflation also fell to 3.9%, suggesting that prices are stabilizing across most sectors of the economy. However, the situation differs across regions. The Savannah region recorded the lowest inflation at -2.6%, meaning prices actually fell, while the Northeast region recorded the highest inflation at 11.2%. This development comes shortly after the Bank of Ghana reduced its policy rate to 15.5%, a move aimed at making borrowing cheaper and boosting economic activities. While the low inflation is encouraging, authorities say they will continue to monitor exchange rate movements, global prices, and fiscal risks to maintain stability. So, in a long while, in nearly 27 years, Ghana has finally recorded a lower inflation of 3.8%, and this is due to some activities by the Bank of Ghana. Miss Debbie, you saw that yesterday as well.
Yeah, I did.
I saw it on social media, and people were like, "Mama, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?"
What is he doing like how?
I said, "Mama, what are you doing? Inflation is now 3.8%." And then yesterday as well, after a section in Parliament, I saw a video of Opon Nkrumah saying that he has received lots of messages, and people are saying that inflation has dropped from 3.8%, and then the price of goods and services are still the same. And I believe some time back we explained how the inflation works. It doesn't mean that the prices of goods and services will go low, but the rate at which prices of goods and services skyrockets will be at a lower pace. So what has this got to do with immediately inflation drops, prices of goods and services should go lower? Let me ask you a very honest question, and I expect a very honest reply. When last did you go to the market and then they tell you that, oh, I'm not tomorrow? Because for me personally, it's been a while I heard that. Good. So that is inflation taking effect. So why are we hearing that the price of goods and services have not dropped? Some will drop more, but it doesn't work like that.
I believe this is politics. And I feel very sad because things like this shouldn't be buttressed with politics, but that is what we do, which is very, very sad. Now, inflation has dropped. It's a good thing. Do you know this actually attracts investors?
Yes, it does.
It attracts investors into account, because if I am an investor and I see inflation dropping in your country, I feel like, wow, I'm safe. I'm safe to come and invest here. It means I'm not going to run at loss. So it is to draw more people. That is why I'm not surprised we are having a lot of collaboration, partnership. You see, now our president cannot even rest. Today, he's in
Zambia now.
I'm telling you, the man is working. My man, our president.
So if you see all the work, what would the rest do?
That is up to them. They have to go and think about something to come and tell us. But it should tell you that the system is working. Ghana can work, okay, and everything is going on smoothly. What they are doing is just politics. I can't remember the last time I go to market, as you said, to purchase something. No, be a catch me. So, and no more boy then. Oh, boy, you know, even the customers do not agree with you. They'll tell you that, oh, boy, mama, no more boy then. because he had so.
We even had an interview with some people and they said we are Ankasa, we are our own enemies. We are
yeah,
wicked people.
very, very,
Ghana for.
very, very, very. At the very, he said, at the very tweet, we are very, very wicked, and that is true. But that should tell us that our economy is thriving on a positive note, and it's a good indication to us and out there. I don't know whether you saw this. They say our finance minister is the best finance minister. I mean, rated, and I think Africa. Yes, in 2025.
Really?
Yes, at Forcing. I'm telling you. So it should,
I saw it, but I didn't see the rank.
Oh, okay. It should tell you that we are on course. We are doing massively well. And you see, these people are just naysayers. They will get no matter how good you are, no matter how best you try, they will still get something to say about what you do. So that is who the MPP and Kojo Ponkruma, that is what he's trying to say. But this is a positive one, and we just pray and hope that it continues.
Like
because I think I heard that they said there will be increments of fuel soon. I don't know how true that is.
That was on Monday.
But
I think to 11 cities, if I'm not mistaken.
Everything will be well.
Everything will be well.
Everything will be
and then they be enough from all that.
I know, right?
Right. On the issue of Kisalato Forsen, so when Parliament resumed, he was walking alone and they were asking him questions. And someone raised a funny comment that, hey, Ato Forsen is walking alone without a police escort. Please, that's our national asset to be beg to protect him.
Protect him, I'm telling you. Protect him.
He should be walking with
I don't know whether
officers.
you also saw a video where Ghana, we've refined our gold.
Yeah.
It was so cute and nice. Okay.
Hey, you saw it?
I saw it.
I'm
in
here
the
to see that video. Also, it's so cute
It
and
was so
nice.
cute and nice.
Hey, baby,
He was showing it in a video, like we've refined our own gold, and I was like, God, oh no. It'll be better in opposition. I'm telling you the truth.
They'll come for you.
I'm ready for them.
Let's Regina, share your thoughts with us.
Yeah, so I'm happy that inflation finally has reduced after a very long period of time. I think 27 years. That is like 2 decades plus
7 years.
7 years. It's a very good thing, and we know that inflation entails a lot. From government borrowing, high expenses of goods and services, and a whole lot of things. It's so when inflation will reduce, it doesn't just take a single commodity, or it doesn't just take one thing. It has a lot of contributing factors. Now, when you have an amount of 20 cedis, you can even eat and be satisfied. But first, no kita 20 cedis as edwano EQ besi edwano ne yetema kana still accommodate. Edwano ne point be kan was but now God being so good and with good leadership, accountability and transparency, we are seeing a very good result, and we I think that they need to keep it up. And as we said in our previous discussion about agriculture, they adapting to agriculture so that our inflation would be the same. They need to make sure that they adapt to that.
They adapt to that. So inflation has dropped. I think as a country we should be excited about that. But it all boils down to the government on how they are going to make sure that they sustain it. Because looking at how Ghanaians are happy with how inflation has dropped, well, there have been some talks that we are not seeing the effect of inflation. Let's see how it goes in the coming days. Thank you so much for joining us in the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Ms. Regina Bless.
Bringing you Today in History on this day, Punic Wars between Rome and Carthage came to an end. On this day, February 5th, 146 BCE, the Roman Republic finally triumphed over its nemesis, Carthage, after over a century of fighting. The victory and subsequent destruction of the city of Carthage marked the end of the Punic Wars and represented Rome's replacement of Carthage as the dominant power of the Western Mediterranean. a position it would hold for the next several centuries. U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell delivered a pivotal address to the United Nations Security Council, presenting intelligence aimed at justifying the imminent U.S.-led invasion of Iraq. Powell claimed Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction, including mobile labs for anthrax and concealed missiles, arguing Iraq was deceiving weapons inspectors. Moving on, Mexican Constitution proclaimed. After 7 years of revolution and civil upheaval, Mexican President Carranza proclaims the modern Mexican Constitution, which promises the restoration of lands to native peoples, the separation of church and state, and dramatic economic and educational reforms. The progressive political document, approved by an elected constitutional convention, combined revolutionary demands for land reform with advanced social theory. To some global observances, this day is considered as National Fat Day, to destigmatize a naturally bodily function. It aims to reduce shame around passing gas, which occurs 10 to 20 times daily on average. The day promotes humor and accepts flatulence as a sign of healthy digestion. So as a healthy individual, you need to pass fat at least 10 to 20 times daily. And that is a sign of a healthy digestion. So if you don't, there's a problem. So moving on, Burn Awareness Week, to bring attention to the most common causes of burn injuries and the steps we can all take to reduce risk. Burns don't just happen during fires. Many occur during everyday activities. Common causes of burns include hot liquids and steam. Pay Your Bills Week. This is celebrated to encourage individuals to establish organized, stress-free, and timely habits for managing financial obligations. It serves as a reminder to review, organize, and pay all outstanding bills, aimed at reducing debt, avoiding late fees, and improving overall financial health during challenging economic times. Lastly, Solo Dinner Eat Out Week. So this week is Solo Dinner Eat Out Week, and it promotes the normalization of dining alone, celebrate self-love and independence, and encourage people to enjoy their own company without social stigma. It highlights the growing trend of solo dining as a comfortable, empowering, and enjoyable experience, often providing a mindful, peaceful break for self-care. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Miss Debbie?
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. A leading education policy advocacy group, the Institute for Education Studies, has called on the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service to publicly outline a concrete action plan to address persistent underperformance in core subjects in the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination. The group warned that failure to act could compromise national human capital development. In a statement, IFES highlighted systemic gaps in mathematics, integrated science, and social studies, as well as disparities across regions and school categories. The group urged authorities to implement evidence-based interventions, strengthen curriculum supervision, and hold school heads and regional directors accountable ahead of WASI 2026. Peter Antipati, Executive Director of IFES, emphasized that improving WASI outcome is not merely about examination tactics. It is a matter of national human capital development. We need measurable benchmarks, transparent reporting, and coordinated implementation across all levels of education system. The advocacy group also called for targeted teacher training, equitable distribution of learning resources, structured mock examination, and psychosocial support for students, citing the 2025 results as a roadmap for urgent intervention. So this is from the Institute for Education Studies, IFES, calling on the Ministry of Education, the Ghana Education Service to publicly outline a concrete action plan to address persistent underperformance and core subjects. This was due to the massive failure of some of the students in 2025 WASI results. We saw students failing, especially in core subjects, most especially maths. And so a lot of people were surprised because some students failed in social studies, and I believe that social studies is as a reading subject, so you ought not to fail automatically. You do English, I mean it's a subject that is a day-to-day activities like environmental issues, politics. You listen to news, but trust me, most of the students do not listen to news. They are 24/7 glued to their phones, and they don't even watch national based news. They watch, they're so much endowed with entertainment and all that. So I've seen a lot of people complaining, why will you fail social studies? See, social studies is not difficult, but it is difficult depending on you. I remember then my teacher would tell me that understanding the question is part of the answer. If you understand what you are doing, automatically you've passed. You don't even need a prophet to prophesy to you that I see you getting A1 in social studies. No. Social studies is a very thoughtful subject. You need to think very well, digest, and know what you are writing. And trust me, every subject you write and how you go about answering the questions, how you answer science questions is not the same way to answering a social studies question. How you answer a social studies question is not the same when answering mathematics. Each of this teacher will teach you how to answer these questions. And social studies, see, I remember then for you to pass social studies, one question, you can use like 5 pages to write it. I'm telling you the truth, because it is a subject that involves it's something like history. So they are telling you to maybe state the benefits of bilateral or multilateral relations with Ghana and other countries and all that. You don't just state, you write it in essay form, and you state the points, like the major point in there. You explain it, and you explain it into details. That is how social studies is. And they say state, and you also state, you leave it, you get 0. Social studies is not answered in a way you feel so comfortable to answer it. No. So I feel like, you see, the failure we recorded in 2025, it has to do with a lot. I feel like they should go to these schools, interrogate with students, interrogate with teachers, if possible. They should get some past students and even interrogate with them and ask them why this, why that. That is the only way we can solve this issue. Because trust me, most of these students do not know, and sometimes they don't take it seriously. Because if you don't understand the question, how are you going to write it? How are you going to write it? It's kind of painful when you spend about 4 to 3 years in school, and then one thing I hate when I was school is to finish and go and write snob deck. It was one of my headache. It was something I always pray for, that God, please help me. Because the stories I've heard is not a good one. So if you don't really understand what the teacher is teaching, and you don't ask questions, you will flop. You will flop. You see, the most surprising thing is you write and you're full of confidence, mature, and to come and you failed Poto, and then be asking yourself, like, what happened? It's because you didn't take simple instruction. And sometimes even before you start writing on the answer booklet and even on the question paper, there is instruction. Most students do not even read it, especially when you get Apo and then you get to the exam or part at the hall, they don't even read instruction. You will fail. You will fail. You need to read instructions. What is this paper demanding? What are they saying I should do? Petty mistakes. Petty mistakes. And I like the fact that they want Ghana Education Service together with our teachers, head teachers of these schools coming out, collaborating and bringing out solid solution. Because see, it's hurting, it's embarrassing, or it's disgraceful. And it's true, if you fail a subject, it shouldn't be social studies. That is true. But see, even people who are so good in English still fail English. you always remember who some running with your English way. See, you can still fail English. So let me tell you, English is not an easy subject. It's not an easy subject as you see it. So failing core subjects, it comes with a whole lot. And I feel like teachers should relax, take their time and teach these students. And these students should also be ready to learn. They should reduce their time on TikTok. See, it will not help you. Seriously. If you want your future, please do away with TikTok. Because TikTok is not going to teach you what your teacher will teach you in class. There should be proactive measures. It shouldn't only about giving them the apple. If you give them the apple, they will still fail because they don't know how to go about it. The best thing is teach them. That is why they say that if someone comes to you to ask you for money, it's better you teach the person how to fish than giving the person a fish. Because when you give the person a fish, he or she will still be coming to you consistently for the fish. But if you teach the person how to fish, they tend to do it themselves. So it's related to this. Teach them how to go about it. Not giving them the apple, because you can give them the apple and they'll rise and they'll still fail. They will rise and they will still fail. I remember those times, the home econ students, I think, is it management in living? You write management in living with black pen. You don't write it with blue pen. If you go and use blue pen, you will fail. You see, basic principle that needs to, this thing should be in your fingertips. On a normal basis, we know that when you're going to write an exam, it should be with normal pen, blue pen. But with management in living, either management in living or food and nutrition, one of these two, you don't write it with blue pen, you write it with black pen. If you write with blue pen, what fail? Because immediately the invigilator takes your paper and you see blue pen, automatically you failed. He won't even waste his time to mark your script. You know why? Because there are a lot of papers to mark. And I think one thing we should let the students, we should take out of these students is fear, especially maths. You see, there is this kind of mentality that, hey, maths is a difficult subject. Oh, paper didn't do any what fail did that. Because you are scared. That is how they've made it. And I think where we've gotten to as a country, I wouldn't say all hope is lost, but the best thing we can do is to strengthen the foundation, is to strengthen the basics. Parents should be mindful of the kind of school they enroll their children at the basic level. Because if a child is doing well in primary and JHS, it's from the foundation. If the foundation is weak, it affects you when you get to upper level or higher levels. But when the foundation is solidly built, trust me, when you get there, you won't suffer. You will not suffer. Seriously. And that is why when you see students performing so well, ask of their background. Some parents go to they try their possible best to even get their children teachers at home to teach them, because they understand it. Some of the teachers do not even have the students at heart. And please, Ghana Education Service, from now onwards, there should be strict supervision. Be going around the schools, especially the government schools, because this is common in government schools, not private schools. I attended private school. My primary level was in private school. As a teacher, you cannot even sleep in class. I remember then a teacher was teaching us and he was like, he was feeling headache, so we should read our books. You know, students, we won't read. And then he laid his head on the table. We were talking. We didn't even realize the time our headmistress walked into the class. with his full 10 hand on the table, grind. And out of panic, the teacher woke up and he was questioning him. You'll be paid every month. Why are you sleeping? If you know you are sick, you shouldn't be here. So long as you find yourself in class, you should be teaching the students. That is how disciplined private schools are. And you don't know, I'm telling you, very, very disciplined. Our proprietor and proprietress, they are always in school 24/7, roaming from class to class, ensure that teachers are teaching, ensure that students are concentrating. That is what they do. But when you go to the government school, it's not like that. They don't even care. They don't care what they teach the students. It's none of their business. If you like, when I'm teaching, don't concentrate. It's none of their business. I think there should be strict supervision. There should be someone that goes around, especially government schools, and ensure that these teachers are teaching them. You see, it don't really make sense when, let's just break this down and imagine this. Someone who completed senior high school is being employed in a private school and is teaching students, right? And another person also goes to training college, university to get a degree, and is being employed by the government in a government school. They are all teaching the same thing. And these two students goes to write B's, and the private students are passing more than the government school. It means there is a question mark. It means there is a question mark. Because if someone completes senior high school, which we all believe in quotes, Ondru Bebiaye is still at the lower level, but he's able to teach a student to get A1 in chains in private schools, and a government school student from government schools goes to write B's and they are coming home with aggregate 50. It should be a concern. It means that there is something wrong somewhere. What are we not doing right? Because as a government school, you should be getting it correct. And this is something we are mentioning. Private schools do not joke with their school. I'm telling you. If you are being employed, the rules are there. So long as you sign it, if you flout it, you're pamo. But the government school, because there's no strict supervision, and that is why we are seeing what we are seeing. So to stop this, we are supposed to strengthen the basic level, the foundation. It is very, very necessary. If the foundation is weak, the building will collapse. That is what we are supposed to do. Strengthen the foundation. Let the students know that it's not only about learn, sit on your buttocks and learn and go and write. And take basic instructions seriously, you pass. But if you doubt it, if you don't take it seriously, it's your own life. So Ghana Education Service, there is a lot to do, Papa. A lot. I'm just hoping that the solutions you've been bringing out will be solid enough, and 2026 you are going to see improvement, because if you don't see improvement, IFS will take you on. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
If we don't see improvement, IFS will take you on. Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. And thank you too for joining us in the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly, and right after the news, we'll be coming up with the second segment. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
am
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bliss.
Deborah Adoso.
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
A very good morning. Welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. In today's news bulletin, Gold Coast Refinery ramps up local processing. Chief Justice sounds alarm on foreign involvement in cybercrime and illegal mining. Cocoa industry faces financing challenges amid high prices. Minority vows to pursue accountability on key issues. Also coming up in the news, Member of Parliament for Akemoda criticized the National Democratic Congress job creation policies as non-existent. There is and many more coming up your way shortly. So our first story, Minister of Finance Dr. Kaiser Latofosen has announced that the Gold Coast Refinery is currently refining 1 metric ton of gold weekly. This development marks a significant milestone in Ghana's effort to strengthen local processing and maximize gold revenue. The refinery, in partnership with Gold Board, aims to refine and export gold at a purity of 99.9%. The initiative is expected to create jobs, boost export earnings, and increase government revenue through taxes and royalty.
Let me first, on behalf of the government and the people of Ghana, congratulate the Ghana Gold Board for an excellent work done, and also to thank the Gold Coast Refinery working with the Rand Refinery. We have seen that clearly the vision of His Excellency the President has been implemented. In 2016, His Excellency the President John Mahama, was here to officially open the Gold Coast Refinery with a vision to begin refining Ghana's gold. 8 years on, when he left office in 2016, the then administration never implemented the vision of the government and the people of Ghana. We came back to office in 2025. And in January 2025, during His Excellency the President's first State of the Nation address, he signaled the formation of the Ghana Gold Board, which was an anchor in our manifesto. In fact, Parliament passed the Ghana Gold Board Act in the first half of the year. So activities of Gold Board actually began in May, and I think May, June, April. And so since then, we've been working to buy ASM gold for the purposes of shipping, exporting them, and bringing the forest into our country. Gold Board, I'm sure you can all see the benefits of Ghana Gold Board. It is revolutionary and it is visionary. It has changed the landscape of the gold industry in our country. It is touted all over the world as a novelty. And today we are here to celebrate another milestone of the Ghana Gold Board. Clearly, this company, Ghana Gold Coast Refinery, has the ability to refine up to 2 tons of gold per day, per week. Gold Board has agreed to provide them 1 ton of gold per week for refinery. This will be scaled up to 2 tons per week in no time. Today, Gold Board has the capacity to buy 2.5 tons on average per week of gold. It is our policy to ensure that in the shortest possible time, we will not be exporting raw gold outside this country. This refinery today that has the capacity to do 2 tons, and now with an understanding that we'll begin with 1 ton per week, has employed approximately 162 workers. And they are adding value to our gold. They are going to operate 24 hours in line with our 24-hour economy policy at the airport.
Chief Justice Paul Bafo-Boni has expressed concern over the increasing involvement of foreign nationals in galamsey activities. He cited this as a reason for establishing specialized court to fast-track such cases. The Chief Justice made these remarks during a visit to the Controller General of Immigration, Samuel Basintali Amadu, emphasizing the need for coordinated effort between law enforcement and immigration authorities.
Some of the ways of dealing with the crimes of the day is the integration of specialized lines. We all know what the current trend is cross-border crime, like human trafficking, even cyber crime. And then we also have this did not be seen as cross-border. Actually, environmental degradation in galamsey can become cross-border because of the people who get involved in it. We can't close our eyes to the fact that the Chinese have virtually invaded our galamsey areas. There are places you go and the Chinese are selling accoutrements for galamsey operators. They buy the gold and all that in this area. The Chinese are not from gold. They are from Anzu and then other places. So how did they get here? How did they enter our borders? I know anybody who
Minority in Parliament has pledged to rigorously pursue accountability on pressing issues including the unlawful dismissal of over 15,000 public sector workers, Augustus helicopter crash and the country's gold reserve policy, which they describe as national self-sabotage.
Yes, there is an issue. And the issue has to do with the fact that the buyers currently find our cocoa too expensive.
Mr. Speaker, the minority in this meeting shall pursue vigorous accountability. And this is what we are going to do. Accountability will not just be a slogan. It is going to be our shadow. The minority would formally move for targeted parliamentary inquiries on the following: 1, the helicopter disaster; 2, the Elwak tragedy; 3, the gold reserve losses; 4, the violence against journalists; 5, the abuse associated with bail conditions by certain investigative agencies of state; the US visa ban; and not the least, the unlawful dismissal of Ghanaian youth. We will not accept indefinite delay. Accountability without a calendar is merely public relations. Mr. Speaker, Ghanaian people are tired of speeches and rhetorics of the ruling government. They want their living standard to improve. They are concerned about utility prices. Electricity tariffs have shot up by 27% under this government. To my colleagues in majority, the minority will be firm, but we are ready to be fair. Opposition is not to sabotage. We will demand in the homes of the jobless, in the heart of the grieving, and in the verdict of history.
Member of Parliament for Akemoda Alexander Kwesi-Akwa has criticized the National Democratic Congress government for lacking policies aimed at creating jobs. This statement comes amid rising concern over unemployment, with the NDC's own statistics showing a significant increase in joblessness. The NDC, however, countered these claims, unveiling a comprehensive strategy to create 1.7 million jobs between 2025 and 2029.
You occupy Nkwalado for a moment, and then you were a chunk of Nako for no, you absorb more any other institutions. That is a smart thinking government. You buy your unemployment to ever hold, you can't say any BB. Like I said, you will move maybe. Almost TikTok solution, and can ne, almost better from Oka, at first say 1D1F. Mother Oka agenda 111. Yeah, you have a good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was going to do only 1F. Yes, sir. Agenda 111.
1F na ya dey. E dey na mo 1F ye. Who kasa ma me kasa e. Who you sabe ke kama won sem to account.
Nana, me pese.
Kasa ma wo. E me who dey be time ba be who dey na ye.
E wie program.
E wie wa.
Oh, me times is here.
You're
not talking. You're not talking.
The NDC is holding on to straws. What was it? So found.
Then what did you hold on to?
Can you stop her so I can deliver?
Deliver what?
What are you delivering?
What's it? So found. Na sunshine be wo honomo and na say sere wo honomo. Na what subset on the edge war. And some more some of their provided jobs in Yinano. It is non-existent. Sure, they say me the 24-hour memorandum night about parliament. Sebio. What the NDC is doing clearly, and they say, Yenfa Sanyema way occupy space for a moment. Anyano, Yema hope. Say, oh, I didn't say 24-hour, and then so cast of Omunchemua. Obi actually differently. And then Mosi has started with publishing. Mosi has started with DVLA.
Cocoa Board Chief Executive Officer Randy Abe has attributed the delay in paying cocoa farmers arrears to high cocoa prices, driving buyers to other producing countries. This shift affects Ghana's financing model to meet its payments obligations to farmers. Ghana currently pays the highest farm gate price in West Africa at 5,040 per metric ton, a 62.58% increase from the previous rate of 3,100 per ton. While this benefits farmers, it has led to financing difficulties for Cocoa Board.
Yes, there is an issue, and the issue has to do with the fact that the buyers currently find our cocoa too expensive at this point as compared to how much it's being sold in other jurisdictions. And so whether you're talking about our neighbors or other cocoa producing countries, because as I speak to you, currently the prices have dropped to about $4,000. When we set the price, we did an FOB, average FOB of 7,200, out of which the farmer was giving 70%, which was 5,040. And so what's happening is that you have the farmers, the buyers now switching to other places where the crop is far cheaper than Ghana's crop. And this current situation is also linked to the financing model. And if there is time, I can explain that. And you would also realize that in all of this conversation, you do not hear the incidence of smuggling as existed last year. Last year, we were paying $3,100 to the farmers, and you had a lot of smuggling happening because our neighbors were paying far more. And so there was an incentive for smuggling, there was a market for smuggling. This time around, because At that time, the prices were high, 8,000, 7,000, 6,500. And we were paying 3,100, and the 3,100 we were paying was also as a result of a rollover, which is what my brother on your panel, Solu, was trying to explain to you about this 333,000 rollover contract that was sold for 2,600. You know, that we have to be using high-priced cocoa to be servicing. You know, so there is this whole pricing model. You know that when we started purchasing cocoa, the government of Ghana was fully financing the purchase of cocoa. Then, some 34 years ago, the issue of syndication came about, taking the syndicated loan and then using that to finance the crop. And that happened for 32 years until 2023, 2024, when it collapsed. And then in 2024, for the first time in the 32-year history of the syndicated loan, Cocoa Board issued an expression, a request for proposal, and not a single bank responded to it, because at that time, Cocoa Board had defaulted in its cocoa bills, had done a DDEP with it, and also the finances of Cocoa Board had become terrible. For the first time in the history of the syndicated loans in 2023-24, although the season started in September, the first tranche of the syndicated loan landed in Cocoa Board's coffers on the 22nd of December, almost 4 months after the season had opened.
In business, Africa's drive for deeper regional integration and industrial growth continues to be constrained by the limited participation of small and medium-sized enterprises in cross-border trade. Only about 20% of small-medium enterprises in the continent engage in export activity, a situation Vice President Professor Nana Jinopoko-Agyeman has described as troubling. Speaking at the opening session of the African Prosperity Dialogue, the Vice President lamented the persistently low involvement of women and young people in cross-border trade, despite the growing role innovation, entrepreneurship and the digital economy. She attributed the weak export orientation of African small-medium enterprises to structural and financial barriers, including limited access to affordable financing, inadequate market leakages, regulatory bottlenecks, and weak institutional support system, preventing businesses from scaling beyond domestic markets. Professor Opoko-Agyeman noted that the low export participation rate has significant macroeconomic consequences, reinforcing Africa's dependence on raw material export, limiting value addition and constraining job creation across the continent. She further highlighted that women entrepreneurs continue to face unequal barriers to finance, mobility and market access, while many young innovators lack the capital, skill market, pathways and institutional backing required to expand across borders. According to the Vice President, these gaps risk locking African economies in low productivity growth models characterized by exporting primary commodities. She stressed that without targeted policy reforms, Africa could miss out on the full economic benefit of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Professor Opoko called for deliberate and coordinated interventions to improve access to finance, build export readiness among SMEs, reduce non-tariff barriers, and strengthen regional trade infrastructure for women and youth-led enterprises. She concluded that empowering SMEs to participate meaningfully in export trade is critical to diversifying African economies, deepening value chains, and translating demographic advantage into sustained economic growth. Also in business, Ghana's economic recovery is increasingly being defined by fiscal consolidation, easing inflation, and the rebuilding of macroeconomic credibility, a combination that is restoring stability and investor confidence. The economic growth is, however, narrowing the space for demand-led growth. This was captured in the PwC's 2026 West Africa Economic Outlook. The report released on February 4th shows that while macroeconomic pressures across West Africa beginning to ease with inflation moderating, currency stabilizing, and policy signals becoming clearer, the pace and nature of recovery vary sharply across major economies. PwC notes that improved macro stability across the sub-region has enhanced predictability for businesses and investors. The outlook underscores that recovery is no longer uniform, as differences in policy choices, fiscal discipline, and structural constraint are now shaping economic outcomes more decisively. Specifically, Ghana's recovery is being shaped by stabilization rather than expansionary policy, following IMF-supported reforms and ongoing debt restructuring efforts. Speaking on Ghana's outlook, Vish Ahiagbo, country's senior partner, said the current macro environment sets clear boundaries for economic management. This condition supports stability and investor confidence. They also define clear boundaries for policies and demand-led growth. Nigerian economy is also projected to grow by 4.3% in 2026, supported largely by market-led recovery in services, particularly IT, financial services, and real estate. The 2026 outlook highlights key priorities for business leaders, including scenario planning for macroeconomic and geopolitical risk, selective investment in high-potential sectors, and tighter alignment of cost structures with revenue realities. Overall, PwC concludes that while Ghana's stabilization efforts are laying the foundation for sustainable growth, corporate strategy in 2026 will hinge less on macro tailwinds and more on productivity-led expansion and disciplined execution. To sports, Athletic Bilbao head coach Ernesto is backing Black Stars forward Inaki Williams to score more goals and getting results for the club. He said this after Inaki Williams scored the winning goal 2-1 victory over Valencia away from home in the quarter-finals of the Copa del Rey. Williams scored in the 96th minute after coming off the bench in the 70th minute, with his brother Nico Williams providing the assist for the goal. The win over Valencia qualifies Bilbao to the semi-finals and a step closer to winning a title in what has been a challenging season for the club, ranking 11th in the league standings at the time of writing. The Velvet, who has come under serious scrutiny over the team's under-par performance, was backed by Inaki Williams after the victory. In showbiz, Ghanaian artist Nana Samoa has unveiled his latest single, Ghana, a stirring musical tribute that celebrates national pride, cultural identity, and the enduring spirit of the country. The song blends emotive songwriting with a bold anthemic sound, capturing the history, unity, and resilience that define the country. Through heartfelt lyrics and confident delivery, Nana Samoa reflects on nation's heritage, shared values, and the deep connection that binds Ghanaians at home and across the diaspora. More than just a patriotic tune, Ghana serves as both a celebration and a reminder. It honors the beauty of the land, the strength of its people, and the collective hope for progress. Its polished production and relatable message position it as a fitting soundtrack for moments of national reflection, cultural appreciation, and civic pride. Speaking about the inspiration behind the release, as someone said, the song was created to tell Ghana's story through music, acknowledging the past, embracing the present, and looking confidently towards the future. The single is the lead release for a broader creative project. However, the main version delivers the full sonic experience as originally envisioned by the artist. On some international updates, Dozens of people have been killed by unidentified gunmen in a ferocious attack on 2 villages in Nigeria's western state of Kawara. Local lawmaker Seidu Baba Ahmed told BBC. The attackers set fire to shops and homes along with the residence of the traditional leader, forcing residents of Nuku and Woro to flee, he added. The death toll is unclear, with Ahmed saying at least 35 people had died, while Red Cross official told AFP news agency the figure had gone up to 162. The attack, one of several across Nigeria in the last 24 hours, comes as the defense minister confirmed to the BBC that a small team of United States troops was in the country to help with intelligence and training. It is the first official acknowledgement from Nigeria of an American troop presence since United States President Donald Trump ordered the military in November to prepare for action in Nigeria and tackling Islamist militant groups. Defense Minister Christopher Musa did not provide details on the team's size, arrival date, location or duration of stay. His comment follows those made on Tuesday by the Gen Dangvin Anderson of United States Africa Command, who said the deployment followed a Nigerian request and was focused on intelligence support. Kawara police spokesperson told BBC that the attack on neighboring villages of Nuku and Wuro began at 5:30 local time, and she blamed suspected bandits. She added that various security forces had now been deployed to the area. Details of casualties were still unclear, as were reports that people went missing. And that's a wrap on the morning news broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to also log on all streaming platforms at Ghana Talks Radio for more news stories. I am Deborah Dosu. Good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adosu,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. You're tuned into your favorite online radio station. We're streaming live on Ghana Talks Radio at Facebook, live on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Ghana Talks Radio, and also on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio. You can log on and send in your comments. Let's get interactive. You're welcome to the second segment of the show. And as you know it, we have our guests seated right here in the studios, ready to digest and bisect and break the issues down into details for you. This morning we have Mr. the big Ganip Stephen, who is a social commentator. He's seated right here in the studio and can't wait to, get into the issues and share his informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. Good morning, Mr. Ganip. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
I should say thank you again.
Oh, I heard you.
Thank you again.
I heard you. I like your hat. Is it a hat? What is it called?
I don't even know.
Any night hat.
Maybe they're wearing a cap.
Cap. How do you call it cap? I thought that one is.
Maybe they're wearing a cap. So we will try, but I didn't say I don't say a cap. What the burning wear a cap?
A cap.
So we made a call me left. Made a call me left.
What do I call left?
It has a meaning.
It has a meaning.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Wherever you turn this thing to has a meaning. It's on my left. It means I'm just an ordinary man.
You're just an ordinary man.
Yes.
So if you move it to the right.
Right. It means something else. To the back, it means something else. To the front, it means something else. Leave it straight, it means something else.
But what you know is that when you leave it to the...
What I've decided to tell you is when you leave it to the left.
The rest.
When you leave it to the left, it means you are just an ordinary man.
Ordinary man.
With no backing.
No backing.
Yes, when you move it to the back, it means you have forces behind you.
Oh, really? What kind of forces?
Spiritual forces.
Right there.
When you leave it straight up.
Black magic and I
straight up, it means you are the Oga Pata Pata.
Then leave it straight up.
Share, no bim kume.
Why? I didn't know. Why would someone kill you because
I'm a nodna, I understand these things.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm a nodna, I understand these things.
So if you do it that way in your region?
Yes, in my hometown.
They will ask you questions or...
Nobody will ask you questions.
They will just...
They will try you. Is that what you're...
How will they try you?
With black magic and other things.
Oh, okay. You mean Oga in those things? Oh, I thought Oga saying
no.
You are rich. You have the money.
No. That's not it.
That's not it.
It has spiritual connotations. So if you go to gatherings in the north, the only people you see with their hats straight up is the chiefs of the year. No, it's not ordinary for somebody to just leave the cap straight like that.
Oh, okay.
So
we are learning.
If you do it on the left, you are you are an ordinary
So what if you go and buy some of this
and
then you don't know?
And if you don't know, don't buy.
And then you just feel like, oh, you actually wanted to stand, so I wanted to stand.
Make you stand.
And then you go and meet and not.
You now feel it.
You go feel it.
When you go to the north, if you buy it, make you stand. You now go feel it.
You feel it.
Oh.
But it shouldn't be meant for just the nordness to just wear. I believe anyone at all can wear.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's how it is, but me that knows.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to put myself in any kind of predicament.
So if you are ignorant of it means you're in trouble.
If you're ignorant with it depends on where you are. You can be ignorant here. And some gatherings, you know that where you're going, big men in that regard will come. You get it? So if you're going to gatherings that you know big men in that regard is going to come, then you need to tone down where you want to put it.
Okay.
So you know, you should know the caliber of people that will come.
Yeah, you should know. It's also a fashion now. They be also better when you're buying it. Make sure that
you know
the meanings of some
course,
of it.
Of course.
How you wear it.
Yes.
And where you have to wear it to. Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You are welcome again.
Thank you.
Your best friend won the elections.
Yeah. Let me congratulate him.
Uh-huh.
On this note, I think I congratulated him on Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
Yes, on another media station.
Okay. Right.
But today, since I'm here, let me congratulate him again. He fought a good fight, and he won.
He won.
Yes. The most beautiful thing about their elections is we didn't record any kind of violence.
Yeah.
Unlike the previous ones where people were beating and named and all that.
That's
so it was beautiful. Like they organized the thing well. They themselves, they knew that any issue, any skirmish, any chaos would have marred the integrity of the elections. So
but people were still making noise that they've not received money. They've not received some of the candidates' money, so due to that they are not going to vote today.
And when after receiving the money, they voted. So they should also advocate that the 6 million and over people that will vote for them in 2028, they should pay them too.
They should make provision for them. And they should pay them.
If they get 4 million people, they should pay everybody the same amount they paid the delegates. That's why their party is in decline. You get it? When they elected John Mahama as flag bearer, do you know how much each delegate got?
No.
40 Ghana cedis. 40 cedis for transport. Each
for transport?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they centralized the election. I think they voted in district offices or constituency offices. So they gave the 40 cedis to people who would travel from their villages and towns to the district capital.
40 cedis.
40 Ghana cedis.
And was that enough to travel?
Yes. Within Ghana, there's no constituency that you have to travel like 20 to 50 miles to get to the capital. It's always within maybe like say 10 miles or 12 miles. You get it? Regardless of whichever corner that you are in. Or maybe Abros one area and say 15 miles. Never true. So if they give you 40 cedis, it can take you in and out. So, for instance, Okwa 20 over 20. We don't have to pay you to vote.
Exactly. That shouldn't be the case at all.
That is your civic responsibility.
It's actually your responsibility.
We don't have to pay anybody to vote for anyone. You see, if you look at the quality of our leadership, it is in decline. I always say this. But you see, amana I say, mena mi wusika. Inti mena wase mi ko bumai. Mena me kwashe mra. Enye sika ni bia ni mama mu. Se me mete hei, ena sika ni bi hu me no ofi se, akwa we se no sika se, obehunu amambu a, obetimi a sponsor me. Sponsor my campaign. Then I go there and make the laws because that is what I'm good at. You understand?
Right.
But now every rich man in this country wants to go into politics.
Exactly.
Every rich man in this country wants to go into politics. And then you see it is affecting the quality of leadership we are getting, especially in the MPP. What do you say? The quality of their leadership is in decline.
It's in decline.
Then can you say I want to nominate me a regional chairman?
But it's like now, to me, it's calm more.
It's like a crack on
it's like
a crack forward near you become, and you will be never catch or say become.
Very calm.
One I'll be calm. Nobody will tell you. Politics is espousing ideas. Let's espouse our ideas. I don't have to attack your person. I don't have to call you names. I don't have to insult you. I just have to say things that I feel that will help the country. Let you so that you also say yours. At the end of the day, the voter will judge based on what I said and what you said. You get it? Yeah. But the personal attacks into our politics is too much. That is why when to me is suffering. Now when you've been so man in just imagine, say, even what is going through, Mahama has no hand in it. You can say, no, it is right, like it is straight. How can you now go and plead? Yeah. Who will you plead to? Even in law, we plead. That's why sometimes judges say, "My lord, temper justice with mercy."
With mercy.
Even in law, yes, right. So what I'm saying is not to say that you get it. But what I'm saying is that say say and I say say near obi na church near yen sa. Wontumi ho an obekwa amana pa acha wama no. Because apparently we di obi a when end this motem. We di obi atem. Barefaced insult. And some be or kafa President Mahama ho. Me ntumi mfa ma no nka.
He's not apologizing. He said he's sorry.
And I always say this. President Akufo-Addo, I disagree with his style of governance. Me fi say or say or man or ni alaji baumia. But you see, I'll never insult their person. Do you know why?
Why?
Before they became active politicians, the forerunners of this country, they had a life. They had built a reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is not right for me to sit here today and say that because I don't agree with them, I sit them down, insult their person. Sabi, nka Akufo-Addo na wo me a, ehum se mani jinipa wo me ho. I'm proud of the man that gave birth to me. But I would have loved if my father was had become president at a point. What do you say?
Why?
Mr. Dubik, nko bi anim no. Say nka me reba bia, nka I wouldn't even need to mention my name because no everybody knows.
Everybody knows you.
Mr. Dubik, but former president ban eba no.
I'm not ban.
Say kofo be di president and eba to hotel. Me say I'm come smart to hotels ni
on. You bia.
Send ye Akufo-Addo be president ah. Ne ma bie nsuom nam jejeje.
Ngo be bie.
Contract ni ade.
Anga de na o be bie.
Me dey bia bush canteen. Ewuramunam. Aha, me nka me de nka we friend ewuramunam. Ewuramunam. So na dey nsuomunam. Dey ewuramunam.
Whoa. What do you say, Baba? You bring trouble.
So, if you understand these things, there's no way you do politics and a government will come. Even if they decide to witch hunt people, they won't witch hunt you because you were measured in the way you did your politics and the way you criticized them. Say way, and Attorney General, minim MPP lawyers. Na ma yiba akwasi o de bia mbetana na ma di na tem. De bia mbetana na ma di na tem. Me aban na aban ama me position. Na sa ankrofo NPP fo abedi akonwa. O ma be o ma bedi o ma na so. Na ye nipa na me di na tem na Attorney General. What do you think will happen to him? I be watch hunt whether I let me me cry na watch hunt you. Me nipa. You get it? I'm a human being. I cannot be perfect. I'll come after you. I'll show you where the power lies.
Show you shaky.
Yes. So, I always admonish young people, or more politics, be measured in how you talk. Be measured how you criticize. You can criticize, but don't attack the person. The personality and funny, the personality in Kujina home in Nina Tem. Oh yes, sir. That you when you to me, you come after you. I tell you
right. That was Mr. Dubik. Mr. Dubik.
Yes, madam.
There's a particular issue that has been trending since yesterday. That has to do with the rename of our airports from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So the government has announced plans to rename Ghana's main airport. Kotoka International Airport will now be called Accra International Airport. Majority Leader Mama Yarga said the change will be done through a law that the Minister for Transport will present to Parliament. The renaming follows calls from some members of the public and civil society who argue that the current name honors General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, a key figure in the 1966 coup, and does not reflect Ghana's democratic values. This was the reason he gave, but the main reason is yet to be heard in Parliament to do. And there's been a lot of issues. Some people agree, some people do not agree with it.
So
what are your thoughts?
Those who don't agree, what is their problem?
Oh, okay. I don't know if you heard from Afenyo Markin.
Yes, I heard. What was his? I didn't hear. What was his problem?
Okay. Let me tell you. Let me
tell me.
Let me read it for you. What he said. That has to do with tribalism and a whole lot that he's disappointed in somebody. I want to get it correctly, so I want to read it.
Okay.
For you.
I'm waiting.
You're waiting.
Yes. If I don't hear that one, I won't have anything.
Afenyo Markin opposes renaming of Kotoka International Airport. The minority leader Alexander Afenyo Markin has opposed the government's plan to rename Kotoka International Airport. His comments follows an announcement by the majority leader Marama Yariga that government intends to change the name of Ghana's international airport from Kotoka to Accra International Airport. Reacting to the developments of the interview with journalists, Mr. Afenyo defended the current name of the airport and criticized the decision to rename it. He said, all these years, we have had General Kotoka's name on the airport, and suddenly it's been changed. The name Kotoka Airport, Accra, is already there, so you don't need to remove Kotoka's name. Afenyo Markin also questioned the rationale behind the move, arguing that the name represents one of the few national recognition linked to the Volta region. How many prominent Voltarians have their names on national assets or monuments? This is the only thing the people of Volta can also see as something that recognizes heroism from the Volta region, and they have been denied. He added that successive governments had retained the name and accused current NDC leaders from the Volta region of remaining silent on the issue. He described the move as an indictment of the National Democratic Congress and urged key figures within the party, particularly those from the Volta region, to oppose the proposal. He also said, Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekbo, NDC General Secretary Fifi Kote, Foreign Affairs Minister Okujeto Ablakwa, First Deputy Speaker Bernard Ahiafo, they are all from Volta region. They are in government and they are watching Volta lose its prize. Up to them. It's pride. Up to them. It's up to them.
You are a Voltarian. Do you have a problem with it?
Well, I don't have a problem with it.
Did your dad say he has a problem with it?
Well, he hasn't said anything with
I think you should ask him and tell your listeners tomorrow.
Okay. I hear.
Ask your mom too. I know she's a Voltarian as well.
Okay.
Ask your brothers. They are all Voltarians. Ask your sister. She's a Voltarian. Eh? Afenyo Markin on. So I be cancer papa na some no one so akoma mu a. And here I be cancer mama na tra. Afenyo Markin.
But would you say you were disappointed by the response he gave when he was asked this question?
Does this make any sense? What you just read that Afenyo Markin is saying? I'm a Bimwoba from Bunkurugu. How many Bimwoba's name has been named on a monument in this country?
And you're okay with that, right? You don't mind?
How many? I don't mind. How many? There's none. And it's not like we don't have prominent people. We've had. Recently, I don't normally say this, but a distant cousin was the CEO of, what do you call it? Managing director of ECG. He's my distant cousin.
Yeah.
His name is Duwik Maham. That man's dad is one of the prominent lawyers this country has ever had. Have you ever even heard his name?
No.
But he's here. So must I say because I'm a Bimoba or a Gruma man, and then monuments are not named after any prominent person from my place, I should be angry? Let me ask this question: did all Voltarians send Kotoka to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah?
No.
He did it for himself.
For himself.
right?
Yeah.
And before the name Kotoka was given on the airport already had a name.
Which was?
Accra International Airport.
So formerly was Accra International Airport.
Good.
So this is just
a reversion. They are reverting it back to its original name.
So what is the problem?
Sadly, we are say you're young pennyphobia moment can't try for your market near the ball my women and father papa.
Exactly. What do you think all of this can bring? Looking at the comments he made with, because I saw another,
he's stirring a tribal sentiment. Ebia na Voltarians no amfa nyasem.
Exactly.
But imagine say it was another tribe. That is the reason why, don't mention any tribe. That is the reason why the issues at Boko is still like that.
Yes.
Because yentimi mie ya no enka no kra nkyere se be nkrofo bi say ye de mo asam mo de akokote di for mo mpe ba bi ntana. It is tribal. Nti yenye nkakra. Because a tribe is attached to it, we cannot say the truth. So is he saying that the voter hini bi koye bone? Ni ekwachina prosecuting na obeka say because oyo hini voter nti and because oyo hini wa Ashanti region nti man fire nsan kana wana. This guy is the guy sitting there making laws for us.
Exactly. A parliamentarian for that matter.
And he's the position of cast where assemblyman on. No, he thinks he's an assemblyman. Certain things that he says sounds like let me not just say an uneducated assemblyman. Assemblyman should be one school and a unit committee member. International airport, they are not renaming it after anybody.
Exactly.
They are giving the name where it is situated. Yesterday, somebody also asked me, why are the airport is in Accra? Why are they not giving it like Kwame Nkrumah International Airport and all that, or Ghana International Airport? So I asked him, if they name it Ghana International Airport, what will be the name for the Kumasi one? So Kumasi so I'm almost International Airport.
Yeah.
What will be the name of it? Will they also name it Ghana 2 International Airport because they will be Ghana 1?
Ghana 1 Reloaded, second edition.
So say Kumasi International Airport. Accra International Airport. Sunyane International Airport. Bolga International Airport. Or Tamale International Airport.
But who named the airport Accra International Airport?
Kwame Nkrumah built his airport, named it Accra International Airport. Kotoka overthrows Nkrumah, gets killed in 1967. 1969, Buzia names it after Kotoka. For what?
So you see this as a historical correction?
You see, before you name a monument after somebody, you see, you must look at what the person has done for the state. The value on the name. You see, people come from places to visit the Kwame Nkrumah Museum.
Yes.
How many times will somebody come just to see the statue of Kotoka?
Of Kotoka.
Who is interested in Kotoka? You see, on my way, because of Kotoka and Crawford. When Kwame Nkrumah was building the Tema motorway, and now Afenyo in the group wrote articles saying Kwame Nkrumah's road to nowhere. Because at that time, Tema wasn't a community yet. When he was building the Akosomo Dam, Afenyo Makin and Crawford, great grandfathers, wrote to America telling them not to loan us the money that we used in Akosomo Dam. Imagine Ghana today without Tema motorway, without the town Tema, without the Tema port, without Akosombo. Just imagine it. Nabusa was say, if you are going to tell me, say, Enka president na ebedi after Kwame Nkrumah could be here, Busa was say, who added what to all this in Niemana Mabobono? Zilch. Hey, UGCC, Babesi, UPA, Besi, MPP, Abri. They've not built an airport in this country. They've not. Nancy and Omsom yet Tamamoto way expansion. Nancy Akufo-Addo be ya and also yet Tamamoto and Okra when you know Koe. They didn't add a stretch to the port from UGCC to UP to NPPA Womuni. They've not added anything to the port. Akoso modam Tama area. Now was say you're finding alternative sources to electricity production. President Kofofa asofu kujina mo bompae. Say omo ensuo ntongum. These are the people that are now telling us that we shouldn't change the name Kotoka from the Kotoka International Airport because airways will be angry. Did airways send Kotoka to plot the coup and remove Kwame Nkrumah?
Right.
You see, Nipa birim wo man we mu a, they don't deserve an honor. And Kotoka and his like is one of them. Senka itime prosecute you obi. I would have recommended that Kotoka is prosecuted even in death. Somebody will say, okay, if you are saying this, then JJ also made a coup. Yes.
Yeah, someone also made that same statement.
JJ made a coup.
Yes.
But check the differences. When did JJ make the coup and when did Kotoka make the coup? Kotoka made the coup when Ghana was on the ascendancy. Na Nkrumah develop Ghana. Time JJ coup no. Na Ghana is a nosedive. Ghana was in a deep hole at that time.
Right.
Check 79-81. Look at the things that were happening in this country. At that time, no open to makra no ni kwabrani akofan to mano dia kwa kosie dem kalabule. No attend to man up there ba be chechire prae ho da ho ntu ba be fa prae na no ahwe o se o we asem obi ho ma me nkohwe no ade ne boato so abe kan ma. That is what this country was going through. Cocoa were left in the bushes, no means to transport it and sell it for foreign exchange. That is the time JJ came. What did JJ do after the coup? He ushered us into the Fourth Republic, the longest republic we've had under this country. So JJ no Kotoka nyepe.
Right, so JJ's coup was for a positive result.
Of course.
And Kotoka's own was
destroy this country. Kotoka's coup is the reason why we are here. At that certain now Kotoka coup no na ye manufacture cars or country more. Having the various new plant Bako Achemota high. Bako Kumasi Abrepo. They were assembling and manufacturing the cars here.
Right here in Ghana.
Right here in Ghana. New plan na wo Kaneshi hona. Ya na esese nipa anwumre bi de koka so
yeah.
So new plants were manufactured down here. They are older than their current owners. Those new plants, they are older than those who owns them now. Because obi wane na bi na toy na wu na ayefie japade. Those new plants were made in this country. When that coup happened, books that had Nkrumah's name on it, they gathered it and burnt them, trying to erase the memory of Nkrumah. This country is where it is because of Kotoka and Nkrofo. It is believed that they were paid by foreign influences to do that coup. They are traitors of this country.
So assuming he didn't succeed with the coup and he was killed, would his name still be renamed after the airport?
No. Sanka wan succeed ya. Kahwana didn't deem it. So ye coup ni wie no. Omo ana omo hye na chi so onye coup no. Ene be di akonwa. Be democratic elected president and a prime minister.
Okay.
And omo ye na omo de ne din to so. Say they had to honor him. Enyo no anko manya bi ani. Hwe, you see, independence is like war. Fighting for independence. it's like war. Once you go to war and you win the war, the soldiers that you went to the war with would try to share the spoils. That is what Kwame Nkrumah prevented. So instead of sharing the spoils of our independence fight, let's develop the country. And our more new opposition for no NTS say what dibia my so me dibi. And no na didi mu abedu na aye MPP NDC and we di kakra no we di kakra ye nchekere man sa. Democracy, this what do you call it, presidential term, say two term. America no more practice until the 1950s no more na mrawo. 1951. And a bayer embrace would be president two term now corner for Fraba. It was after they have developed their country. Let's look at when America landed the first man on the moon. Who developed your mind because of Okomu? They had already developed their country.
Right.
And a Ghana for Sebe. A Siatra, Yakofa, Betty, and Hosona, Nieman Yanko yi near team. Engineer MPP can say, NDC best say all mine on my babefa. The NDC is the opposition on what can say MPP best say all mine on my babefa. And this if there's a suggestion, say I drink Trebiana, on farm man DC and MPP man for Mumano, or the better watching or bar. Or the man MPP and I say this important because me coffee the young because of my drink China, me day, mean some fact. You don't build a country like that.
Good.
Kwame Nkrumah was a perfect president for this country. And a Kotoka etu. You get it? We don't need Kotoka's name on anything.
On anything. Right. Looking at the story of this whole Kotoka issue, if we knew this all along, then why has it taken us so long to change the
And no na fenyoma can catch no. That is the why.
That's because Votarians do not have any monument named after them.
Na enye no a nkade ben biem. Senkenye no a nkade ben biem. You see, there are Pan-Africans, then are Pan-Africanists in the US. When they visit Ghana and they ask, why the name Kotoka?
Exactly. They are curious. They would like to know.
And you tell them, oh, he's the man that overthrew the man you believe in.
Kwame Nkrumah.
Pan-Africanist, no? He believes in Kwame Nkrumah. He believes in ideologies of Kwame Nkrumah.
Exactly.
And this will be through Ghana. Not the gateway to Ghana, baby. I prefer Ghana, no? Yes, in Nipa or two or no hero. Dine, that's why. How would you feel as that Pan-Africanist? Because 7 crore money means that.
It's been long overdue.
One bet me up secondary a primary school be El Kotoka ni Kurum. Eden the answer so Kotoka LA primary. Kotoka MA primary. And no only ni Kurum for asem.
Only ni Kurum for asem.
So by Ghana nyina japade de. Kotoka's name has no business attached to anything in this country.
Right. There were also comments that why not rebuild a new airport and then name it Accra and just leave Kotoka to be Kotoka?
You must, to build an airport, you must first establish the need for it. What do I say? What do you mean? So I call go so and go see airport to flight to do send a go so. And this who see a new airport there. Then na actually say traffic na e wo ha no. E do so bro. Airport no so na okosi fufura aka ho. What do I say? But say traffic na e wo ho no en no so a. Why would you just say Mrs. Sandini kakanti make a pet say bia $1 billion akosi airport?
So as a stance, you think there's no need for us to build?
No. We say Kumasi is an international airport, right? So if the traffic here is too much, we can divert some of the flights to Kumasi.
Right.
So when Zenkao ba Accra, ne divert you to Kumasi, no my a connecting flight amount you see a year Kumasi. Now for connecting flight and now they are Accra.
Right. people like Asifo are also saying that renaming Kotoka International Airport is useless, baseless, and a waste of taxpayers' money. Do you think that this whole renaming is going to be a financial burden to the states?
Asifo crash of the anam pesemeka. Asifo Nasem Yana men pesemeka. Okasa te say ono nkwana adwen woni tirim wo man wi. Senkam ne MPP ahu enema bi say bank amenka ho asem. How many universities did Nanado rename in the north? He was an MP. Those bills came in front of him. So that time no na enye waste of resources. And at the ben wo kodai ohunu sa nyansa no. Da ben wo kodai a odwene ho asa adwene ba ne tirim say wo sesa din bi a eka. I always give the story behind UDS. JJ won an award, a personal award for eradicating hunger in Ghana. The award money, the money attached to the award was $500,000. Oba no, skana ye ni sika nko betimi adi no wani o.
Indeed.
And or the seed capital for the establishment of UDS, University of Development Studies. And then at that time na university be any north. And na omudi the various campuses in the north. Ofri aban so no, ofri aban mu no. Womo se womo di ne ono ani di nto so wo se munyai. Momma di ni nyese ne siti ama momfa mu di enye den. Ento so.
Right.
Akufo ado bae no. Eno de womo ti MPP. The founding fathers of NPP who come from the north and odo mu di ntoto so. Inti womo ka se nka yensi foforo ne fa Accra International Airport so so ne nya koto na. Ade nti na Akufo ado de yensi a new university no fa na nkrofo ne di anto so. Ana ebra Akufo ado sesa edin no. Didn't it bring any cost to the state? Ah na Asifo sometimes so onye MP amete ase.
Maybe.
He was an MP. Asifo went to parliament, I think 2020. And or call parliament. Right. And this that time now, he was an MP.
He was an MP.
At that time, so now born holders he can welcome. At that time, now the former chief justice, ne nan for former wafo ne nkokrafo a finance ministry a demonstration. Asifo anhunu say at that time na esika say ye. You see, politics without principles mind games. Politics should be based on principle. The position you are taking today should be based on principle, not because I feel say that is mind games. It's not politics. As a politician, you must have principles and stand by it, which what do you call it? As if one lacks. Only principles and core principle are Sassim Kwanka. What call your friend saying? Accra Digital Center.
Yeah.
Do you know that when MPP came, Esla Usu was the communications minister. Was a son Dia, one the two each hub. They have hubs. They said 9 way, not Dinda. So that was a son Dinina.
And named it after people.
Yes. Mrs. Sama to ya the state property at Mame. If you think that I'm lying, check on Google. I'm talking, so check. Esla Usu names state property after mom.
After mom.
Check it, mom. Otoya de and Niema na ye or manager padia to na mame. The no mami din to so. Na da omoko biada na no. Me mami to took and take ojina emom twa homam. And ever sent us for assassin. Afe no abagana. Afe no ate say yes sendin a e de kabre man. Na nye bia no the why yet the cost benefit analysis on the name change. You can't just say it will incur cost. And you must also do the cost benefit analysis. A kana me be bono and faso de be ne de be breme after some kana wi. You should do all those things. You just don't have to come and stand there and be opening your mouth and saying anything. Have you seen it or not?
Yes, I've seen it.
Read what is there.
Minister of Communication and Digitalization, Eslo Wusu, became the subject of social media critique after reports went viral that he had reportedly named a government project after her mother. The inauguration of the Achim Oda Library and Digital Hub was graced by Vice President Mahmoud Baumia, with reports indicating that the facility had been named after the minister's mother, Ekuya Brago, on the occasion of her 80th birthday.
So what?
So was it like a gift to her?
No, you didn't so. The vet you say ne buy minister ninti or manager party and in the ato say.
But what impact did the woman make?
I don't know. I ask. How can I say?
Right. Let's move on.
So you don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get where the hypocrisy of Asefua comes in here.
Yes, I get that. We also.
We don't go the way Roman father. We.
Or your master vow.
We ain't go the way Roman father.
Let's not go there. So, given the renaming Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport, do you see it as making it look sound nationalistic rather than giving it
of course
a name of a person?
The airport is the gateway to the country. Huh? I think the NDC and the people who advised them were smart. So how do we come from the talk and kroma? Nka the MPP for be no. A draw so chain your moyen. But it is the man who built it. They could have named it after Kwame Nkrumah.
After him.
Huh? But they are smart to know that if we do that, the noise that will come might be plenty. So let's just name it after the land it is situated on, which is the Accra land.
Right.
So I'm pa yensi ho yenye ho airport near Fakotoka did.
They said the next NPP government will also remove JJ's name from national monuments. Ama Daku.
No, they said me obekani.
So if we were to ask to suggest a name to be given to Kotoka International Airport, now to be about to be renamed Accra International Airport, what would you suggest? Should it be named Accra or?
Accra is perfect. Accra makes sense.
You think Accra
but the
sense?
most reasonable name would have been Nkrumah International Airport.
Nkrumah International Airport. Yes. But he built it and then he decided to name it Accra International Airport.
Yes, the most reasonable name to me would have been what do you call it? Nkrumah International Airport. But to cut the noise, to make it less controversial, I think that the Accra International Airport is good.
It's good.
Yeah. Now I'm at the we cry me reply here. We in Grovo say yeah men come as I'm because me can't as me can't will be because me dinner time. Because as some you can say be nyansa be any as what is it? Nyansa be I just gave you the distinction between JJ and
school
Kotoka.
And Kotoka school. Yeah.
She's able to talk the way she's talking because of JJ. And now when yakas are not they can say JJ ntia. Ya onko Togo. Okodu Togo no obuso omo say opposition for one to me kasa say ni okase. Say JJ ne counterpart. Ya dema. Ni owo sisi ne papa.
Yeah.
Ono di ya wuye. O no de na ba si nanam. Ono so di ya be tena so sa wu. Ono so wu na de na ba si nanam. Se nka JJ eye sa bia nko no oto o kaze nko kan sem we wie nko ade che nko dam. Endi wanya bi e na o kasa. And as I say what I've noticed is that media houses na nkankasa no, they don't invite people based on substance. They invite people based on trends. Nipa about betting about cancer who station at trending or no more friend.
They're looking at the numbers.
Of course, and can yes me editor on any radio political show, we me friend. I'll never invite this Amadaku to my because me started say or your politics no. I've never seen anything substantive. I don't want to say sensible. In that make her substantive.
Substantive.
Waka like any to the benefit of this country. Or name my girlfriend Janet and a blast.
Yeah.
That's how I mean. One can be I didn't put to a BIA brown my way.
CVP.
Maybe was it a friend about in PNP as a day?
PNP. Yeah, PNP.
And no cross and be absentee. Was it MPP back power or made anyway?
Oh, I thought.
Now I mean, oh, political party. I was MPP back power. Now political party. The other. What the charge?
Oh, I didn't screenshot it. She said something.
She said something like that. So I was like, what is the one doing?
She said something. She's in for fame. That's how I see it. She's in for fame.
And one TV station I'm talking about Onia TV.
Oh,
she's always there. She's always there. Maybe Otako Pana and since that's a joy prime for us our friend and you run visa.
Be someone per se. I don't want to say anything.
Because if I ever become a radio editor or an owner of a media house, now me editors invited nipa be say no be make this kind of argument. Me pam. I'll sack all of them.
Go and come no more.
I'll sack all of them.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. I said we are okay. Sebe impreduasa. Yes, and be any.
Okay.
Say Uba. No my justification now. A task more. Ghana for Betias am was me JJ Bushani. Me JJ ba. I will never pick arms and fight because JJ the assassin for the BB so. What do you say? In the minute I will catch him so best as JJ did me na open cry kofana best set and I said 20 din free so all I know is that he's the founding father of the Fourth Republic. He's the father of this constitution. He signed this constitution. This constitution that we are practicing today was signing here. Can you delete that? Can you change that? Can you go back and find the original copy of the constitution and remove his name from it? The history already bears him out. There's nothing you can do that will change JJ's importance to this Fourth Republic. Right.
Mr. Big is already in agreement with majority that the name should be renamed from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. What are your thoughts as well? Do you also agree that it should be renamed from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport? We're streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and on X at GhanaTalks Radio. Log in and let's get interactive. Mr. Big, let's dive into our main topics for this morning. Legal Education Reforms Bill 2025 to be passed. The Legal Education Reforms Bill 2025 is expected to be passed by Parliament, paving the way for major changes to Ghana's legal training system. The bill seeks to expand access to professional legal education by ending the monopoly of the Ghana School of Law and allowing accredited universities to provide professional legal training. A key feature of the reforms is the introduction of a national bar examination, which will replace the current entrance examination system. The bill also proposes changes to the role of the General Legal Counsel, separating professional regulation from the delivery of legal education to improve transparency and fairness. Government officials say the reforms will create a more inclusive, merit-based and efficient system, while critics have called for careful implementation to avoid regulatory gaps. If passed, the new legal education framework is expected to take effect from September 2026. So this issue was declared, was was brought up on the floor of Parliament, and the Minister for Justice gave a clarification to it, and it will soon be passed into law. What are your thoughts on this, please?
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
You think it's a good one? You support that?
Yes, I support it.
Why?
Because now, the impediment. As you see, we didn't make it easy for
law students.
Law student. We didn't make it easy for law student to graduate. You see, Okwa America, 4 lawyers is to 5,000.
4 lawyers is to 5,000.
5,000 people.
5,000 people.
Yes, that is the ratio of lawyers in America. 4 lawyers is to 5,000 people.
That means that 4 lawyers will handle the cases of 5,000 people.
Yes, like if we are to share lawyers among the citizens, that means every 5,000 citizens will have 4 lawyers attending to them. That is 250. Yeah, is that 250? Divide 5,000 by 4.
$1,250.
Okay, so every lawyer will be attending to 1,250 people.
Okay. Is that not too much?
It is too much. Even them, they are improving. Look at ours. We are looking at about 50,000 per lawyer.
50,000 people?
Yes, for one lawyer.
For one?
Yes, that's the ratio. If I'm not mistaken, that's the ratio of lawyers that we've had. Before we even admit the lawyers, we say it in the budget that, oh, we expect the budget of the General Legal Council. We expect 200 people to write the bar exams this year. Out of the 200 people, 100 people are going to pass. So before they already wrote the exams, we've already failed 100 of them. 100 of them.
Why? Why fail them?
Because they are gatekeepers. The Ghana Bar Association is one of the gatekeepers. We don't want to dilute the quality of lawyers. And so say Ghana for nkwada ano free Ghana ha. Ko Commonwealth, ko school to say Gambia, Liberia, Nigeria, all the countries that practice the Commonwealth laws. No more bar. No more here say they will come and write the bar exams. And then when they pass, they pay their dues. But Ghana had it. Chinchina say I just all call Makola Ghana School of Law where one or one won't mean passing your lawyer.
Exactly.
We monopolized the legal education, and then it's made it difficult to even get a lawyer in this country because I'm a ketu. Okwa abo obebono. Won't mean tria. So people even started giving up on cases. Obi na bonia kwadeba ko court on say court me de kwa me nyobi mane nka bi mame majaya manyame. What you say? So this thing is a good thing. I think that Adiwenke was say yeah che
long time ago.
Because na fe akra no koye LLB no wie na okotwere entrance exams ewo Ghana School of Law no ampase a sa LLB no or the be den. Why would he use the LLB for? You get it?
So we actually have competent students who have actually passed the exams, but simply because they say they don't want to dilute.
even the capacity Ghana Law School he baby away. Oh, here school for the befa. Look at the number of students that buys Ghana School of Law forms a year. Can the school even accommodate all the people if we decide that women are passing? So at the end of the day, school one more the number of people are betting me accommodating, not the people who have actually passed.
So would you say that infrastructure is also a problem? That is why
of
they don't
course
want to admit people into the law school.
Of course, also say the courses that is offered at Makola and Ghana School of Law and come also National Accreditation Board Emma accreditation to the universities no more LLB no to say Legon, KUST, GEMPA, UPSC. Women LLB. What I say? You can't tell me say Ghana School of Law standard no was in Legon. You cannot tell me that. You cannot convince me that. You cannot convince me that the facilities available at Ghana School of Law is higher than the UG, University of Ghana. And the other thing courses no no Ghana School of Law, no that same courses no University of Ghana. And no ne aban we say matana se ahwese ade no me ye firi ho wo ye LLB wo Legon. Utimi to aso wo ha ye o professional law program. What they are finna be ya no more 2 years of no Ghana School of Law BM. You can do it a year there in the school no school and ka no lawyer ba kono be kono close to 6-7 years no. What they 5 years na be we are just go and write the bar exams. When you pass you are called to the bar. Sana nurses there who call nurses school training school ni we are. Oye exams we are no akoye NMC. Wakoye NMC license exams. O pass here you are a nurse. Enya fe na obey call a nurses training college no awie no akwa twa exams for e dia school fufuro mu anso aba be a nurse. Ghana medical medical schools are not here. We are no twa license exams. O pass here you are medical you are a medical doctor. So why was it different from law? Why was a law no kwande na different? There are people that they had passion to become lawyers. But sa niema we nyina nti. Enti ebe wi akire no. Na Ghana School of Law ho no. Ezi na mo atwere wa pass. But Mr. John Mahama banso atwere epeso oba school ni bi. Enti yesi ebe fa nipa 200 afi ya fa 199 between one John Mahama ba no fee se kwa de be fa no. So what we need here, one more graduated from Ghana Law School, despite ma MPC ma the who papa need dia obe brands when you move.
But should that be the case?
It's not necessary a year freeway. And not necessary a year freeway. Uni mobia unya honko. I say ohuni pa bi dimu school ba kwa obekọ hu interview uwi a wakọtwere ho exam entrances adding. The processes were too cumbersome, and I'm happy that this administration has decided to change the status quo. If you don't understand,
right, when this issue was raised on floor of Parliament, some MPs raised some concern that this is going to affect the quality of lawyers. Is this in a way going to affect it?
No. No way.
What makes you think is not going to affect it?
Offer public administration will go.
That should happen.
Baby. Does it affect the civil servant I produce or more? The quality of civil servant I produce or more? My way. Oko Takwa School of Mines. Oko University. What in the number of people who offer architecture and engineering? Does it affect the quality of architects and engineers? The school has a criteria they be pass. If you fall below the criteria, they will not pass. You will not graduate.
Like a cut-off point.
Of course. With GPA, you're below certain, you will not graduate.
You will not graduate.
So where is that argument coming from? Where is that argument coming from? In the Ghana School of Law, no be am leader. Obi Ghana School of Law na nani paka kremine kon. Obi nko school enfe leader. What is the basis of that kind of argument? It's weird. That kind of thinking. Say, because say, you pay say be more be a cobinti, it will affect a friend saying the quality of the people who reproduce. Now you be a can't be sure during the free SHS. No, that's no more catch. When they were implementing free SHS, we told them the same thing they are saying today. What did they say? What was the argument? Why ban and kwana why ban and tenefi? Yes, sir. Into be a bankobi. I didn't think about law now. You never call us. We are tears and there was a monk one. There was a motel. The tears in ye. Into way so. Send a free SHS here. No. Obia babe kobi.
Obia babe kobi.
Obeti me to school fees. No kwa there. Kobi. Ukona usunya there na pass ya. Wa pass it. Who faili so a wa faili. Because say me tiwe me kofa lawyer. Uni me me fa no. Near me names a what the cases do ever wins. Right. And I said near what a similar case. Or win here. And I'm a quackofano.
Yeah, because that person has more experience.
Of course. And law is practice. It's practice. You never stop learning law. We a lawyer crana, they be a because Parliament in Tum they be a passing new bills. They be a passing
yeah, yeah.
So you must learn, read. A lawyer, you don't stop learning until you are dead. So if you are inexperienced today, some years to come, if you decide to improve on yourself, you can gain experience. Lawyer, practice, and a maunya experience. Chachuchi Kata wasn't born Chachuchi Kata. He became Chachuchi Kata of today out of the practice of law. Mebwana. Or graduated free law school. No. Why the names are you good?
If you didn't practice.
Of course. The what do you call it? The OSP. No, the SP. Special prosecutor, make OSP in the office of the special prosecutor. SP. Kisié Jaben. He's one of the best criminal lawyers in this country. Criminal defense lawyers in this country. One practice and kuye de nya sa accolade no. In this aspect of mo kan one mo kan ko si.
Will this also increase the number of people to pass the exams? Will it lead to an increase in the number of people going to pass the exams as well?
There's no common entrance again. There's no entrance exams again. So what I say? So what you have to do is that LLB now, top forms will go now. One more grader ultimately qualified to do law. Will go on. You man say, say obey law. I just 6 A's. And 7 A's and 8 A's. Who passed that criteria now? Now, what started LLB no? LLB no we are. Now, GPN on the two hono. What we drew and out me nya. And now we 1 year not was as professional law program. So 1 year sa criteria no be to you don't graduate.
You don't graduate.
So you just have to learn and graduate. It's hard, it's not dependent on like a specific number. Your program you have to be say number when a person passes out. A year beyond the quality of student I be call, not the quality of student I be pass it out. Because in your school for a school you they pass it out. What do you say? There are people who fail along the way. There are people who even get tired of the program. I do credit into my brain jai. What do you say? So in as much as say it will open doors for a lot of people to go into it.
It will encourage people to even
of course, because Nipa will be enrolling because of the stress
and how rigid
of course
they've made
it. So all these things will come at play, and I think that it's coming at the right time. Really, it's coming at the right time.
Why? Should I be suspecting you? Okay, so they've actually made this whole law school like a business for the elite. That they've limited it to a class of people that if you're not in that range, you don't even get the chance to be enrolled in the school in the first place. Do you see it as that?
Yes, that is it.
Yeah. Okay. So there's also a concern that wouldn't open the floodgates for worse things to happen, as is happening in some neighboring countries. Do you have any insight on that?
As in how? It will open the floodgate for worse things.
Worse things happening in neighboring countries.
What are the worst things that's happening in neighboring countries?
Well, I can't really tell, so I thought maybe have insight on that.
So lawyers for the doors one better than maybe Ari Muru, ne Ari New and any idea. And yes, you cannot say I have too many lawyers in my country. You cannot say that. You cannot say it.
But is this coming up because we are short of lawyers in the country?
It is coming up because a lot of people would want to enter the law school, but it sounds say impediment in any you get it?
So it's not like we are short of lawyers.
I don't know. Who hear lawyer better who say you are short of it? Unless you are in need of a lawyer, that is when you know say me lawyer me. But this will even cut down charges of lawyers. Say the lawyers he charge any idea. Because say me about 5,000, me could be over 1,000. What you say?
Yeah.
And the wo lawyer panel no wo sik ubotom sika be so na be akofa. What you say? So I don't think it's a bad thing. You see, you cannot argue in any way to convince me that having this thing is a bad thing. Unless one more didi ho no. One say we am for didi ho. Am for business o. Say ye koto eyi Ghana School of Law form na ko pemping form o endorse. Nipa obe endorse ama no. So I'm also je kakra. Business man for, so they are about to collapse their business. So you can understand the pushback and all that, but me I don't see this as an issue. It's a good thing.
But do you see any potential challenges to come up with this particular reform?
Oh, every policy, every reform comes with challenges, but now fine tuning no. What you say? Hana uchim hana adjust hana ye hasi na ye. There's no a perfect policy in this world. Always started to implement here. You see some certain things that you didn't even anticipate. So I won't sit here and say, oh, be fine. We are there are going to be challenges, but I'm sure with time we will adjust it and make sure that it works.
It works. So for you are happy about this?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Very, very excited.
Very, very excited.
So please. But will it increase the number of years you stay in school when you are?
No, it will rather reduce it.
It will rather reduce it.
Yes, it's 6 years.
It's 6 years.
Yes, now it will be 5.
Now it will be 5.
Yes, after you are done with what do you call it? Your LLB, your first degree, you just do 1 more year. Then you are done.
Then you are done.
But in the beginning, you do your LLB, then you go to Makola and do 2. You get it? Now it will be 1.
Now it will be 1.
Yes.
That's why people are excited like that. From 6 to 5.
Yes.
Such a relief.
Yes.
And there's going to be more lawyers produced out of this.
Yeah.
Really so.
Yeah.
Right.
More of lawyers.
More of lawyers.
Yes.
More of lawyers. So all they need to do is write a national bar examination.
That's all.
That's all. You don't need to go to Mokola to go and write entrance exams before.
Yeah.
That's for a good cause, yeah. Let's move on. Government to soon end exports of raw gold. The government plans to end the export of raw gold to ensure more value is added locally. According to Finance Minister Dr. Kesalato Forson, the move aims to boost local gold refining, create jobs, and increase revenue from Ghana's gold resources. Gold will instead be processed locally, with facilities such as the Gold Coast Refinery playing a key role, supported by the Ghana Gold Board. The policy is part of a broader strategy to shift Ghana from exporting unprocessed minerals to exporting refined gold products, strengthen the economy and forest exchange earnings.
It's a good thing.
This came up yesterday.
It's a very good thing. See, they are going to process 1 ton a week. Multiply that by a year, they have 52 tons, which gives the country about 9 billion if we are to trade that processed gold. Raw gold wouldn't give us close to that, because when you go, there are purity issues. This time they are going to process it and make sure they export it in its pure state. They will remove all the impurities and process it at its purest state.
Pure state.
Like 90.99.
Yeah.
99.99.
Yes.
So you can see that we are going to maximize the full potential of the gold that we produce in this country.
Here.
And you feel that the economy has gold 20% pure. When pure gold is selling at $90,000, we are sure that the gold no kwa you be $90,000 no in full. What you say? And this will also employ more people. I think that when they started this thing, they've employed 106 more people to work at the place. So imagine that we are able to give them more than 1 ton
to work
a
where?
week. To work at the Gold Coast refinery.
Refinery, okay.
Yes. So imagine that we are able to give them more than 1 ton a week.
He mentioned now it's going to be 2 tons.
Of course.
Yes.
So if it gets there, you can see the number of people they will employ. And they are also going to work 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yes, they are going to work around the clock. So they are going to do a shift system. So this thing is not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. I'm yet to see anybody criticizing it. It's a very good thing.
So far, I haven't seen.
It's a very, very good thing. I think that Ghana, we've been mining gold since before Kwame Nkrumah self. That's why they call us the Gold Coast.
The Gold Coast, exactly.
But the thing is that we've exported our gold raw, so we've not been able to maximize the full potential of our gold. Look at what do you call it, Obuasi, a mining town. Look at Babiani, a mining town. Look at Kenya, a mining town. We cannot say you too good or have FSC and FSC. You good no fast word ya bread or mining. What you say?
Yeah.
But you start to say you process gold no ha. At least you be a man for Juma. Be increase our gold earnings. And you're running here the Bekobium. I think it's a very good thing. I think that this gold board thing, they really planned it well and they are executing it to its fullest capacity. I really admire what they are doing with the gold board and all the policies that is coming out from the gold board. It's a good thing.
How are we going to ensure that we're actually going to sustain this well and so that at the latter end we are not going to be running at a loss?
You see, I said something about what do you call it? The cost benefit analysis. I made something of that sort here. See, in accounting, if you find an accountant to come and sit here, every loss that you make will be termed lost. But if you find an economist to come and sit here, that same accounting that the person did that and said that you are at a loss, he will do it and tell you that even though you lost here, you gained there, which negates the lost. So in what do you call it? In economics, they call something opportunity cost.
Okay.
Trade-offs. You must lose to gain.
But you mentioned that what you are losing shouldn't be
more than what you are gaining.
Yes.
You get it? So if they have these things in mind, it will be they will factor that in the kind of decisions that they take, how they are going to find ways to make it sustainable. Indeed, when you start policies like this, I already said that there are going to be challenges because you've not done it before.
Yes. This is actually our first time.
This is your first time doing it. You've not done it. So you don't even know how to go about it. So you make mistakes along the way and you correct yourself going forward. You get it?
Yeah.
So I expect that we are going to have challenges now, but going forward, I think that we are going to fine tune it and make it work. I hope you get me. So in as much as there are going to be issues,
right? So how will Ghana ensure transparency and accountability in the gold refining and export process?
By putting in like tight measures.
Tight measures. What are some of those measures?
Making sure we are able to account for everything that is taken to the place and everything that comes out.
Proper
You get it?
monitoring.
Of course. We have to monitor every process. We don't have to do job for the boys. We have to put the right people in right places to take the right decisions and make sure that this thing works out. If we don't do that, at the end of the day, we will come back and say that I did we here no I'm from more behind day. I'm praying.
Right. So it's a good cause.
Yes.
It's a very, very, very good.
I actually I'm happy that all these things are happening. You see, on my way, Senka, if we had done things this way, anymore.
Way back. If you had done it
way back. In Kekwe anymore. In Kekwe anymore. I didn't know good. Ghana ha. Na ye de raw gold in neko. Monko refining yes and kokoto de beyade Ghana. Doesn't make any sense.
But when it comes back like that,
it's more expensive.
But the quality is still there.
Yes, the quality. You see, gold now say be omutu free amana no. You cannot use that gold when it is unprocessed to do anything. You have to process it. Before you can use it for jewelry and all that. What you say?
Yes.
And this is one better raw gold no kwa. One could process it. No manya the pure gold. One my impurities be free. Na ye asan akwa akoto de aba be ye ne ma na so m de aye jewelries no ho ne akwa akoto ye ko Dubai holiday ne akoto gold ring ne de kire. You see that thing? Oh na me ko Dubai na me to gold ring gold ne Ghana gold senka ye no ring ne ye ne Ghana ha nka $100 na ko nka auto ne cedis auto ne cedis wo Ghana ha so a ka nipa na auto no ho no e de betua to me de aye wo akura ase kwan am
the tax. But now we have good board jewelry.
Yes. Oh, that's why I'm saying that all these things, I like the policies the gold board is implementing. I really like it. I like the gold board as an institution, and I hope that it does well.
But I know some people don't also like the gold board because they believe that they purchase the gold from illegal miners, and that is promoting galamsey.
Do you want me to really comment on that one?
Of course.
And the gold board in Niwa, why don't you are gold?
They'll smuggle it outside the country.
And for so and command being your future.
But is that not rather encouraging illegal mining?
Whilst they are fighting illegal mining and they are encouraging it.
How are they fighting? If they are buying the gold from the illegal miners.
Maybe. Let me just make this analogy.
Okay.
Me kanantwie me wanantwie bebre. And an entry in Nam Kwanson, yes, a driver for Nam Kwanson, Munya with true. And I'm seeing Yabotre, an Americano. And Obi the car bomb in Entry Bako. Wakuno, what bon and Pina Kuno. What's in Entinam Mamma because my complaint is a cast and Nam Kwanos to Mikado. Does it make any sense? Because gold no, your minor dear. Yes, say, man phone to illegally. One say a betun illegally. One to ye no. What say identity or mine ato gold nan quamode quatono illegal or mining yahon fast will be an or mine ato obenyan fast or freezer. I must buy it and still fight it. What I say? If I decide not to buy it, they'll go and sell it, use the money, and come and continue mining illegally. For what it's worth, gold board and to gold and free. illegal mine and whole. Gold board don't know baby you too go ni free because traceability no you implementing traceability no.
So once they do,
and once they start once they implement fully the traceability, they will know where each ounce of gold is coming from.
So does that mean they'll stop buying from the illegal?
Of course, they will start arresting them. Who the illegal na buy choni aji gold no.
Hey.
Nanka.
But won't that rather encourage them to
Oba smuggler for him. Him and other befa. Are we not in this country? Gold board for Chichi India for near they are almost smuggle gold.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are able to do that, do you think that when the traceability is fully implemented, and omuntiminchi illegal miners,
they will take the gold?
Of course, now me say me unsui, and I unsui ya odi na mababe wi ansui no wache me a wonye unsui.
Some agent masacho.
So
and I say into kwa.
You see the gold, the resources in the country on the land is not for individuals.
Mm-hmm.
See who go to our asas so and yeah what they are.
But do I have a percentage?
What percentage?
About us.
Which percentage? You have 0%. Niabe ya say, ye be say wasas na too good no. Ye be ma compensation for assassin na ye say no.
But not
for gold na ye to gold na nya what they are. The gold doesn't belong to you. The gold belongs to the state.
So what if that's a way of God blessing me?
Blessing you.
And you've come and take my
and I think our boss for go there to over the years and come back say your money and farm more and develop your money. The resources does not belong to you. Huh? The resources it's not yours.
It's not yours.
And your mind was japade. And this a phone and what done was assassin so they will compensate you for a phone and what done. Say then and was seen so they will compensate you for a dine and was seen. But gold na chassis and yen and air 12 free. And you cannot say because a gold neighbor massage is until media and ya what they are. I just on and I've been a dish kuku bim de koshe biasen and honor the putting ukofa or the alpha. What do I say? Now there was as an there. It's not yours, it's for all of us. So illegal miners at a point in time, NIMOS will fight them, and gold board would be able to trace every gold and know where it's coming from. They have it. They are now building the system. It's called the gold traceability platform.
Yeah.
Rome was not built in a day. And I've already said that if a policy is implemented, there are going to be bottlenecks. There are going to be challenges with the policy. And as the policy is being implemented, no, now you fine tuning, how old is gold board? Just a year. Yes, sir. If they've been able to do all what they've done within a year, give them 10 years and see what they will do. Just give them years to see what they. Sometimes I feel that all the criticism going to gold board, no, it is because of Sami Jemfi.
You think the person?
I think the person there, Nunchina, Tembiano, a man for per se, especially NPP for per se. They find fault. They find fault with everything that he does.
Why is she?
Of course. Put anybody there. Put anybody aside Sami Jemfi. You don't hear the noise you're hearing about gold board. You won't.
Okay.
So you have to look at that. Now, omokache on Crawford say omunya wetere ma Sami Jemfi no anya adwuma no. Ebere no so say Sami Jemfi be free ho a, obi free ho. Ofiri ho so na yakohu so waye boni bi a, he should be prosecuted or he will be prosecuted. But until then, omunya abrante no anya adwuma no aban na de ahye ne nsase onye no.
They should leave the man to work. Lastly, how will this improve our economy? Government's ending exports of raw gold.
Of course, now it will increase our the value in gold. Say, yeah, the raw gold no ko na no motono $1,000. Yeah, the pure gold no ko. Obit me at be $20,000 and I say $30,000. which is more money back into the country.
Back into the country.
And we will employ people to process the gold. What you say?
So employment will
go up. Taxes will go up. Near there, we will get more taxes, and your taxes will go up, but we will get more people to tax because it's a nipa in your human what if here where that taxing. But so here human there you can tax the income the person is getting or the salaries the person is getting. So this has a long way. This has a lot of things that is going to help the economy. And will be in America culture, no, the investment now. Say a exported raw gold be man. Now if you have a refinery and now a raw gold the refinery, you'll be forced to come and open that refinery in Ghana. Employ more people and refine here.
Right.
You get it? And one thing that I'm hoping that we should do is we shouldn't just limit it to the small scale miners. Going forward, every large scale mining contractor I sign or Ghana Hano should be say utu gold ni we are Ghana Hana be refining gold no. You cannot take it there. You cannot take the raw gold outside the country to go and refine it. So companies like Anglo Gold Ashanti, Newmont, and all that will refine their gold down here. That is the suggestion I'm making. That lease agreement ain't no signing the HM. But going forward, if we are to renew their lease agreement, this are some of the things we should put in. Wow, man. Yes.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. The Big. You're wrapping up. Your last words, please.
I always say, I believe in Ghana. I hope that Ghana does well. And then I'm praying that everything that this government is trying to achieve, it will inure to the benefit of the people. You shouldn't support them because you are NDC, or you shouldn't support them because, or you should criticize them because you are MPP.
If it's good for you, it's good for all of us. Thank you so much, Mr. The Big, for that wonderful submission. And thank you to our online audience. Thank you for tagging along with us. And thank you for doing the listening. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.